Elijah is on the phone today for our first date follow-up, and he's getting ghosted by a woman named Isabelle. So in a few minutes, we'll call her and see if she'll tell us why she's ghosting him and maybe get him another date. But first, Elijah, how long has it been since you heard from Isabelle?
Let's see. It's been like a week, so I've obviously been ghosted.
Okay.
Maybe she was busy. Let's just kind of flesh it out a little bit before we jump to conclusions.
I don't know.
Okay, so have you been trying to hit her up? How is that?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I even texted her yesterday. I had nothing.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the date then. How was that?
Oh, the date was amazing. Like, I took her to this really nice Italian place, where the waiters pretend to be your friend. It was so nice. Cozy. They had the candles. It was romantic. It was fun. We had a really good conversation. We were laughing about our bad dating experiences. The energy was just amazing.
So did you feel like she was as into it as you were?
Oh my gosh, yes. She just made it so easy, like effortless. And she was like into me, and then she was like challenging me, and I was like, I love this.
Like challenging you to like a fight? Like outside?
No, not like a fight like that. But I'd be down.
Okay. Now I know why you're getting ghosted. I'm kidding.
Playful. Come on now.
Of course.
Well, why do you think you're getting ghosted?
Dude, I think I know. It's this olive thing that I did.
You say olive thing that you did?
Yeah. She told me she hated olives, and I was trying to be funny and creative, and I put an olive on the fork, and I fed it to her, and she looked absolutely mortified.
Well, if she hates them, then she didn't. Were you just trying to stuff it down her throat?
I don't know. I thought she would like change her mind and try a different thing. I love olives, so I was like, how could someone... I don't know what I was doing.
So she said, I don't like olives, and you're like, here, eat it.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah. So how did you recover after the olive stuffing?
Oh, man, I don't think I recovered.
Did the mood after the olive incident change?
100%. I thought I recovered, but now, like, if she ghosted me, and that's got to be it, man.
Well, how did the date end?
I mean, the date ended with, we kissed, but that was, look, it was like, we're having good vibes. The olive thing happened. The olive thing passed. I thought we left on good terms, but I'm really, really analyzing this. Like, this has got to be it.
What was the last thing she said to you?
Let me think. I was like, so we should do this again, right? And she was like, yeah.
Okay. She was either just being really nice.
Yeah, obviously.
She hasn't texted you at all or gotten back to any of your...
Nothing. No, completely ghosted. And I was trying to be funny, like with my last text, I was like, I found a new olive pizza place, and I thought it was real clever, but...
That is funny. That's funny.
She didn't text back.
Okay.
All right, well, we'll see if we can figure it out for you. We'll play a song, come back, and then call her and see if she'll tell us why she's ghosting you, and maybe get you another date if you still want one, okay?
Cool.
Okay, we'll play a song, come back, and get your first date follow-up next.
On the latest episode of Next Question with me, Katie Couric, I sat down with Bernie Sanders, who is 84 years old, has spent 34 years in Congress, and he can still pack a rally with people a quarter of his age.
Denver, 34,000 people come out. Salt Lake City, 20,000 people out. Huge turnouts. People are really dissatisfied about the status quo.
His Fighting Oligarchy tour with AOC and other young progressives has become a movement. But is his message too far to the left? Well, he certainly doesn't think so.
Does that sound like a radical idea, Katie? Is that too far left for you?
Okay, wait. I get your point, Bernie. We talk about the billionaire class, the cost of living, and of course, the government shutdown, not to mention the current state of the Democratic Party.
To me, the failure of the Democratic Party has been an unwillingness to recognize the real issues.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Next Question with Katie Couric, and listen now.
First date follow-up. Powered by the Advocates Injury Attorneys. Online at advocateslaw.com.
If you're just joining us for today's first date follow-up, Elijah is on the phone and he's getting ghosted by Isabelle. So we're about to call her and see if she'll tell us why she's ghosting him. But first, Elijah, why don't you recap your date for us real quick?
Okay, we had a really good date. Our energy was amazing. We were being fun, being playful. I took her to this amazing Italian restaurant. And then the olive incident. She told me she hates olives, but I was being fun and playful, and I fed her an olive, and she looked mortified, and I don't think I ever recovered.
I just don't picture you feeding it. I picture you stuffing it down,
like holding her down and being like, eat the olive.
I was being playful, guys.
Okay, believe you, you know.
All right, well, are you ready for us to call her?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, here we go.
Hello.
Hi, may I speak to Isabelle?
This is Isabelle.
Hey, Isabelle, how are you? My name is Jubal. I'm calling from a radio show. It's called The Jubal Show.
Hi, Isabelle. I'm Nina, also on the show.
Hi, and I'm Victoria.
How are you doing?
Okay. What is this?
Have you ever listened to the show before?
Yeah, is this one of those like radio, like, I don't know, like awkward, I don't know, what is this?
The radio part's right.
The radio part is right. We do a segment on the show called the First Date Follow-Up. That's where if you go out on a date with someone and then you ghost them, that person can email us to get you on the phone and ask why you're ghosting them. So we got an email about you from somebody that you've been on a date with.
Wait, people really do this? Okay.
Yes, they do. Do you know who would email us about you?
It's Elijah, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Elijah emailed us. We talked to him a little bit about your date. And he told us that he really liked you, thought you guys hit it off. He did say that he knows that trying to shove an olive down your throat was probably not the best move, but he's wondering if that's the reason you're ghosting him.
I don't trust him.
Okay, because of the olive?
No, it's like, I mean, yes, but it's like, I don't know. It's like the man's like too smooth.
How so?
Wait, what? Being charming is a crime now?
Is that Elijah? Is that you?
Yes, that's Elijah. He's actually on the phone and wants to talk to you.
Okay. Yeah, it's not just that. It's like, okay, so the waiter asked if he'd been there before, and he's like, oh, yeah, I love this place. And 5 minutes later, he tells me he's never been, you know?
Oh, come on. I was just trying to act cool. Like I was panicked.
Yeah, and then you said you speak a little Italian, and then you proceeded to butcher the only sentence you attempted.
I mean, I've been trying on Duolingo, so I know a little.
So maybe he's trying and just not good at it.
Oh.
And then let's not forget the olive incident, which apparently you've talked about.
I knew it. Come on. You got to admit, I was trying to be cute.
You were trying to be forceful. I said I didn't like olives, and then you went full like, oh, trust me, you'll like it, and I did not, so.
Were you lying during the date, Elijah?
No, I wasn't lying. He asked if I had been there. I mean, I've been around the area. I just haven't been there to stay. And I've been practicing my Duolingo, so I know a little bit of Italian. Dove la mia margarita? Come on.
Oh, my God.
So the waiter asked if I had been there, and, I've been around the rest. I haven't actually been inside, so I've kind of been there.
Why would you even lie about that? It doesn't make any sense.
I was just trying to have conversation with the waiter.
You lied.
By lying?
Conversation.
I mean, I kind of get it, though.
I was being fun and playful, come on.
It wasn't funny to me or playful. It just makes you seem fake. I don't know. It's fun and playful to say you haven't been there before. You don't have to lie to have a conversation. It just makes you feel phony to me. It's like, okay, well, what else is he lying about?
Oh my God, I was just trying to live my truth here. Jeez.
No, that's the opposite of what you were doing.
I mean, I've been around there, so I've kind of been there.
Okay, so other than that, Isabelle, is that really the one holdup for you? Is that really why you don't want to see Elijah again?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't do well with fast talkers who overcommit. Sorry.
Wow.
Dang, ouch.
I don't know. It's just like, how do I know you're not lying about everything? Like, I'm like thinking back to the date, and I'm like, wait, did you actually go backpacking in the Sierras? Okay. Did you actually like run a food truck with your brother? I like don't know what's real.
Well, I mean, me and my brother, honestly, we've talked about a food truck, and we've eaten at a lot of food trucks, so it's basically...
This is what I'm saying.
All right.
This is wild.
Well, Isabelle, would you like to go out with Elijah again? We'll pay for it.
No.
What? Come on, give me one more chance.
How are you this delusional? I like don't understand.
Seriously, is this all just because of the olive?
No, it's because you're a liar.
I'm not a liar. What are you... Oh.
Is on the phone today for a first date follow-up, and he's getting ghosted by Ella. So we're going to see if we can figure out why she's ghosting him when we call her in just a second. But first, Lucas, how long has it been since you heard from Ella?
It's been like a week.
So did you try contacting her after the date, or was that the last time you guys spoke?
I did contact her after, and I hadn't heard from her. There was no response.
Can you tell us about the date?
Yeah, so, well, the way we met, though, we were at an office party of the company that I currently work at. We met there, and we spent that night just hanging out, talking about, life and everything, and all this stuff. And I asked her to get coffee a few days after that, and then we did. And I found she was just like really easy to talk to, really easy to get along with. I felt, I didn't feel like I had to try so hard with her. She was really easygoing and gorgeous, and funny, and kind, and yeah. And so then I did ask her out again after, and I just never heard back.
You said you met her at an office party. Could she be one of your bosses that you just don't know is your boss?
I have no idea. I mean, like I don't even know if she works for the company. Well, she said that she was a guest of someone at the party. So that's all I know.
Okay.
Was there anything that happened on the date that was kind of awkward or weird that would make her maybe not want to talk to you again? Now, obviously, you're lovely, Lucas. This isn't, that, but.
Ooh, I like that. Lovely Lucas.
Well, I mean, I do have a tendency sometimes to, when I'm talking, I might raise my voice a little without realizing that I'm speaking a little bit louder than usual.
Okay.
Because, like, sometimes I get a little excited when I talk, or I get, when I get really happy, sometimes I don't realize the volume of my voice should be a little lower.
I can't control the volume of my voice.
So you're saying you yelled at her and she may not have realized that was normal.
Oh God! I hope she didn't think I was yelling at her for any reason. No, I had no reason to yell at her. But if my voice was a little louder than usual, then I apologize.
Okay. Well, I mean, that could be, maybe she thought some people are very uncomfortable with loud people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In general.
That could have been it. I think I'm still kind of suspect as to who she was even at that party with, going back to like the other thing. Cause we don't know if it's like one of her friends. Maybe her friends got a crush on you, like maybe you're just like off limits or something.
Oh, I never thought of myself as off limits before. But,
time to start thinking of yourself that way, big boy. All right, man. Well, let's play a song, come back, and then we'll call her and see if we can get her to tell us why she's ghosting you and maybe get you another date, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, we'll play a song, come back, get your first date follow-up next.
On the latest episode of Next Question with me, Katie Couric, I sat down with Bernie Sanders, who is 84 years old, has spent 34 years in Congress, and he can still pack a rally with people a quarter of his age.
Denver, 34,000 people come out. Salt Lake City, 20,000 people out. Huge turnouts. People are really dissatisfied about the status quo.
His Fighting Oligarchy tour with AOC and other young progressives has become a movement. But is his message too far to the left? Well, he certainly doesn't think so.
Does that sound like a radical idea, Katie? Is that too far left for you?
Okay, wait. I get your point, Bernie. We talk about the billionaire class, the cost of living, and of course, the government shutdown, not to mention the current state of the Democratic Party.
To me, the failure of the Democratic Party has been an unwillingness to recognize the real issues.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Next Question with Katie Couric, and listen now.
I'm Eva Longoria.
And I'm Maite Gomez-Rejon.
And on our podcast, Hungry for History, we mix two of our favorite things, food and history.
Ancient Athenians used to scratch names onto oyster shells, and they called these ostracan to vote politicians into exile. So our word ostracize is related to the word oyster.
No way.
Bring back the ostracan.
And because we've got a very mi casa es su casa kind of vibe on our show, friends always stop by.
Pretty much every entry into this side of the planet was through the El Golfo de México, no de América.
No de América.
El Golfo de México continuará siendo así forever and ever, le pese a quien le pese.
It blows me away how progressive Mexico was in this moment. They had land reform, they had labor rights, they had education rights.
Mustard seeds were so valuable to the ancient Egyptians that they used to place them in their tombs for the afterlife.
Listen to Hungry for History as part of the My Cultura podcast network, available on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome to Decoding Women's Health. I'm Dr. Elizabeth Pointer, Chair of Women's Health and Gynecology at the Adria Health Institute in New York City. On this show, I'll be talking to top researchers and top clinicians, asking them your burning questions and bringing that information about women's health and midlife directly to you.
100% of women go through menopause. It can be such a struggle for our quality of life. But even if it's natural, why should we suffer through it?
The types of symptoms that people talk about is forgetting everything. I never used to forget things. They're concerned that, one, they have dementia, and the other one is, do I have ADHD?
There is unprecedented promise with regard to cannabis and cannabinoids to sleep better, to have less pain, to have better mood, and also to have better day-to-day life.
Listen to Decoding Women's Health with Dr. Elizabeth Pointer on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you're listening now.
If you're just joining us for the first date follow-up, we've got lovely Lucas on the phone. He's getting ghosted by a woman named Ella, and he doesn't know why. We're about to call her and see if we can figure it out. But first, Lucas, why don't you refresh everybody's memory on the situation with Ella?
Yeah, so I met Ella at an office party at the company that I work at. She was someone's guest there, and we spent that whole night, talking to get to know each other. And then I asked her if we get coffee a few days later, and we did. But then after that coffee date, I never heard from her again, even though I asked her if she wanted to go out again, and nothing. And I thought she was great. I thought she was beautiful and funny and just really sweet.
Let's find out why she's ghosting you. You ready to call her?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Ella, please?
Speaking.
Ella, how are you? My name is Jubal. I host a radio show, and it's called The Jubal Show.
The whole show's here, Ella. My name is Nina. Hi.
Hi, and I'm Victoria.
Yep. So there's three people.
Oh, my goodness.
What's up?
Hey, I'm actually a fan of you guys. Did I win something, or?
Ella, we got an email about you from somebody you went on a date with. This is a first date follow-up. I'm guessing you know what that is.
I do. But I haven't been on that many dates lately, so I'm curious.
Well, his name is Lucas.
I remember Lucas.
Okay. And Lucas emailed us because he said he really liked you, but you've been ghosting him. Can you tell us why?
I didn't mean to ghost him. I have been a little slow to respond, though. I'm sorry about that. I should have texted him back.
So you're not ghosting?
It's just like it's a bit of a weird situation, and I've been like confused as to how to proceed. See, it's even like hard for me to like finish that sentence.
You're making this real sketchy. What's going on?
I met him at like a work party, but I went with my dad to his work party, and My dad is his boss.
So your dad's Lucas's boss?
Yeah.
And does your dad have a rule you don't date the help?
Yeah, I mean it's not bad, but but yeah, my dad is kind of a hard ass, and he's very like all business. It's like all he talks about. I wouldn't want to work for him. He's my dad, but he's like a tough guy.
Okay.
I don't know. I kind of had figured it out earlier, but I didn't say anything because we were having such a nice time. And then I felt awkward about that. And then I was just like, it was like a hot potato. I didn't know what to do. Mm-hmm. So I should have texted back, but it was like, how do you text that? Like, hey, my dad's your boss. I feel like that's going to get awkward real quick. So I wasn't sure quite how to put that in text form. It seemed like a lot for a text.
Speaking of getting awkward real quick, I mean, you listen to the show, so I'm assuming that you forgot a part of this.
What did I forget?
Lucas is on the phone listening and has been listening this whole time, wants to talk to you.
Hi, Ella.
Hey. I did forget that. Hey, Lucas, I apologize.
You know what? I'm a little surprised, but it's understandable. What are the odds that I would be interested in the boss's daughter? So Mike's your dad, huh?
Yeah.
What are the odds?
She was at the holiday party.
Yeah. Well, I was not expecting
party,
that.
But still, no. Yeah. And I didn't think you were, and that's why I was a bit at a loss for how to tell you that. But no, I really enjoyed hanging out with you too. It just I should have said something when I figured it out, but. Yeah, I didn't want to because I was having a nice time too, but then I don't know. I mean, you know how he is. So, and I'm yeah.
He is definitely great at his job. He's great at being a boss. We'll say that.
Very diplomatic answer, Lucas. I promise he's not in the room with me.
I'm picturing like a Tony Soprano right now.
Yeah.
I had a great time with you, and I completely understand now. But, you know, I'm still open to going on a second date with you if you are. I really, enjoyed your company, no pun intended.
Yeah, I mean, Lucas, I really had a good time with you too, but I'm a little concerned that it just might get really awkward. I don't want anything to affect your job. Not saying that it would, but also, understandably, you want to, go out after a day at work and talk about work. And I feel like that could get really weird. And, and also, I don't want my dad to look at, not saying that he would, but I just don't want to create a weird situation for you at work. And I don't want to create a weird, potential dating situation for me or for us.
I understand. I get that. If you want, I can speak to your dad about this and let him know that I am interested in you, and we can still keep things at work professional between me and him, and I don't need to bring my work life out into my dating life with you. I'd rather not talk about work while I'm out or on a date with you or anything like that. But I would like to at least let him know so it doesn't feel like I'm doing it behind his back.
Ella, would you like to go on another date with Lucas? We'll pay for it.
I mean, yeah, sure. If you don't think it'll be too awkward or tricky, and I do think my dad would appreciate that if you're And honestly, if you're up for sitting down with him and saying that, then I definitely think we should go on a second date.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like Lovely Lucas is an assertive type guy.
I just also, for everybody listening, this is also a lesson. When a man is into you, you will know. This guy is ready to go and talk to your dad about wanting to go on a date. And if some dude's not even texting you back, bye.
Good point.
I will talk to him, and yeah, I am definitely let's do it.
Sweet. Well, congratulations, Lucas. You got another date.
Love this.
All right. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate it, and thank you, Ella.
Yeah, thank you. No, I'm really glad that you made this happen.
Jubal's first date.
On the phone today for a first date follow-up, and she's getting ghosted by a guy named Drew. So in a few minutes, we're going to call him and see if he'll tell us why he's ghosting her and maybe get her another date. But first, Ellie, how long has it been since you heard from Drew?
It's been about 3 weeks.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so it's been a minute.
Have you guys had any exchanges in the 3 weeks?
No, it's been dead silent.
Oh, no. Okay. How did you guys leave it at the end of the date?
I mean, it felt good. It just felt really like, you know, positive and like we're flirty, we're having fun, and like maybe we'll get together again. Like there wasn't any like indication. I think he said he texted me and thought I was sweet.
Okay. And he never texted?
No.
Did you text?
I texted him.
You did?
I did, yeah. Yeah.
And you didn't respond at all?
No. And I was trying, you know, just like, hey, how's your week going? Very casual. Nothing like serious. I wasn't like, let's go on a date again or anything, you know.
Okay, well, tell us about the date.
So, well, I met Drew at like a trivia night. And this is so dumb, but he was like yelling out all the wrong answers, but like he was super confident, which I thought was cute. Like, I think it's fun when someone like is down to make fun of themselves, and he was like passionate even though he was wrong. And yeah, so we just kind of got to talking, and he was super funny and quick, and he had like a Ryan Gosling kind of vibe, like not looks wise, but just like, I don't care, like, but I care. I don't know. It was just very cute. But it was cute. It was like, and he's charismatic, and we got along. We exchanged numbers, and then we were texting a little bit, and then he asked me to go mini golfing, which I love. And it's like fun and low pressure. That's what he said he like wanted to do. And I think it's a cute idea. It's kind of like you have an activity, so you don't have to like stare at each other at like a dinner table, right?
Yeah, it's nice to go on a date and do things.
Yeah. So about everything was fine. And then we're having a time. He's being funny. I think I'm being funny. And then about like halfway through, I hit the ball really hard, and it like ricocheted off a rock straight into the water, and I was laughing. Like I thought it was funny, but I feel like he kind of went into like full on like dad coach mode. Like he was like giving me like tips about my stance and like my follow through, and I'm like, dude, this is like mini golf. Like this is not the Masters, you know. And I thought we were just having a good time and making fun of ourselves, but suddenly things felt kind of like it was just like it was like an impasse. We felt like not on the same page suddenly.
Okay.
But like he was charming, and like I let it slide. Like I was like, whatever. We continued on with the date. Like we got a milkshake after. He walked me to my car, and yeah, I thought it was fun. Like I even thought like maybe he was just doing a bit, you know, like it was joking, but it was just, you know, it was flirty, fun, easy, and yeah, just been silent. So I guess I'm just like kind of confused and would like an answer.
Why do you think he's ghosting you? Do you have any thoughts on that?
Honestly, no. Like I think it went really well. Like I mean, unless he was super mad that I hit the ball into the water, like, but I mean that would be insane, right?
Was there something else that happened in that moment? I mean, you said that's kind of when everything started to change.
Not that I can like think of. I mean, I thought it was just like the, you know, part of the game, and then we moved on.
Okay, well, we'll see if we can figure it out for you. We'll play a song, come back, and then call him and see if he'll tell us why he's ghosting you and maybe get you a second date, okay?
Okay, thanks.
Yep, we'll get your first date follow-up next.
On the latest episode of Next Question with me, Katie Couric, I sat down with Bernie Sanders, who is 84 years old, has spent 34 years in Congress, and he can still pack a rally with people a quarter of his age.
Denver, 34,000 people come out. Salt Lake City, 20,000 people out. Huge turnouts. People are really dissatisfied about the status quo.
His Fighting Oligarchy tour with AOC and other young progressives has become a movement. But is his message too far to the left? Well, he certainly doesn't think so.
Does that sound like a radical idea, Katie? Is that too far left for you?
Okay, wait. I get your point, Bernie. We talk about the billionaire class, the cost of living, and of course, the government shutdown, not to mention the current state of the Democratic Party.
To me, the failure of the Democratic Party has been an unwillingness to recognize the real issues.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Next Question with Katie Couric, and listen now.
She said, Johnny, the kids didn't come home last night.
Along the central Texas plains, teens are dying. Suicides that don't make sense. Strange accidents and brutal murders. In what seems to be a plot ripped straight out of Breaking Bad.
Drugs, alcohol, trafficking of people.
There are people out there that absolutely know what happened.
Listen to Paper Ghosts, the Texas Teen Murders, on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
The Big Take podcast from Bloomberg News dives deep into one big global business story every weekday.
A shutdown means we don't get the data, but it also means for President Trump that there's no chance of bad news on the labor market.
What does a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich reveal about the economy?
Our breakfast foods are consistent consumer staples, and so they sort of become outsized indicators of inflation.
What's behind Elon Musk's $1 trillion payout?
There's a sort of concerted effort to message that Musk is coming back. He's putting politics aside. He's left the White House.
And what can the PCE tell you that the CPI can't?
CPI tries to measure out-of-pocket costs that consumers are paying for things, whereas the PCE index that the Fed targets is a little bit broader of a measure.
Listen to The Big Take from Bloomberg News every weekday afternoon on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
If you're just joining us for today's first date follow-up, Ellie is on the phone and she's getting ghosted by a guy named Drew. So we're about to call him and see if he'll tell us why he's ghosting her and maybe get her a second date. But before we do that, Ellie, why don't you recap your date again for us real quick?
Yeah, I mean, we went mini golfing. It was fun. Maybe got weirdly intense in the middle, but then everything was cool. We had a good rest of the date, and he said he would text me, and I haven't heard from him in 3 weeks.
Okay. Well, are you ready for us to call him?
Yeah, okay. I'm nervous.
Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Drew, please?
This is he who's calling.
Hey, Drew, how are you? This is a radio show. It's called The Jubal Show.
Hi, Drew. I'm Nina.
Hi, I'm Victoria.
And my name's Jubal. What's up?
Hello? Did I win something?
I'm not sure yet. You'll find out in a second, though. Have you ever listened to the show before?
No, I haven't. What's going on?
Well, we do a segment on the show. It's called the First Date Follow-Up. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and you end up ghosting them, that person can email us to get you on the phone and ask why you're ghosting. Do you have any idea who would email us to call you?
Yeah, is this maybe about Ellie?
You knew that right away.
Well, she's the only person that I would. I don't like the word ghosting. I just want to put that out there.
Okay.
I like not responding to.
Okay.
Is that any better though?
Yeah.
Gives me maybe it's a little less spooky or something. I don't know.
Well,
it sounds rude, but
do you mind telling us why you're not calling her back?
Well, I thought Ellie was awesome in the beginning. The beginning of the date was super fun. She's beautiful. She's funny. It's flirty. We're having a good time. So how much do you know about the date already?
Well, we talked to her a little bit about it. She said you guys went mini golfing and stuff, but that's pretty much it.
Okay. So we're on the mini golf course, and it's pretty even. I'd like to think I'm a little better. She's doing a little worse than me. So I try to give her, she hits the ball really hard at one point. It ricochets, almost hits somebody. It's kind of dangerous looking back on it. I'm trying to give her a friendly tip on how to keep the ball on the course, keep the game moving, not only for us, but for the people around us. And I give her this tip. She looks me dead in the eyes, and this is going to sound insane. Again, it is insane. She says, "I will destroy you."
Wait, what?
And we don't know each other well enough for me to know whether this is some kind of joke, whether this is her humor. It didn't feel very funny. It felt competitive in a way that I didn't find very attractive. I was actually kind of scared at that moment. This death stare was, I don't know, it's very intense. And
oh my God, I was joking. Are you serious?
Hey, Drew, that's Ellie. She's actually on the phone and wants to talk to you.
Hi, Ellie. I didn't realize we'd be talking. I thought I was talking to the radio. Hello.
Like, how did you not know I was kidding? We were doing bits. I
didn't know you well enough to know what was a bit. And does it feel like a bit when you ask me afterwards to bow down on my knees to my mini golf queen?
That was funny. Maybe it was weird, but it was funny.
It's funny up to the point where there's a grown man on his knees. It felt a little, I don't know, embarrassing, especially on a first date. I don't want to be embarrassed.
Yeah, I did, because I kicked your ass. I beat you. Yeah, bow down. I won.
I guess it sounds funny in this context, but when we were there, it didn't feel very funny. You felt really intense, and I don't know. You made me, you wouldn't let me do anything else until I did get down on my knees. It's one thing to joke about it and say it, but to force me to do it is just a little too far.
Force is a strong word.
Actually had him bow down.
Yeah, I thought it was hot. It was.
We were standing in front of the 18th hole. There were people lining up behind us, and I'm trying to not get on my knees, and I only end up doing it because I have to move this game along. It felt very wrong to me, Allie. I don't think you should be imposing royal decrees upon your first dates.
I'm sorry, I like to win. It's confidence. What you want me to be a weak woman and lose?
I'm happy for you to win, but let's celebrate your victory together. I don't have to be on my knees. You don't have to make me parade me around the mini golf establishment telling people, I won, look at the loser. That's not nice.
They needed to know who they were in the presence of. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I have a really good eye-hand coordination, and I'm good. I'm an ex softball player. I have, I get competitive. So what?
I'm okay with the competition, but at the end of the game, we have to shake hands. I don't want you to throw me to the ground.
But did she throw you to the ground though?
I will say, I played along, but it's a first date. I don't want to say what my expectations were, but I was hoping for a second at least. And when things like this happen, it doesn't really. It's hard to play. I'll play along a little bit, but at a certain point, it's just too much.
I don't know. It's just you committed to the bit. It's a theme. I stay on brand, Drew. I thought we were both in on it. I thought we were both committed.
I guess. I tried to play along to the best of my ability. Don't get me wrong, but you called me a loyal subject. I don't want to feel lesser than. If you were the queen and I was the king, that would be one thing. Don't make me the court jester.
In that moment, you were lesser than me because I beat you. Like I said, I kicked your ass.
Hey, Drew, would you like to go on another date with Ellie? We'll pay for it.
I don't know. Like I said, I want to be with someone who's going to treat me as an equal, and I don't think our first date was a great sign that we could make that happen.
We are equals, just not when it comes to mini golf or probably any sport that we engage in.
Again, not super encouraging of me to get back out with you.
All right, whatever. I guess chivalry's dead or whatever. Like, you just can't take a woman being really good at a sport.
Is on the phone today for a first date follow-up. He's getting ghosted by a woman named Zoe. Elliot, before we get into why you think you're getting ghosted and stuff, how long has it been since you heard from Zoe?
Several weeks.
And in that time, how many times did you try to reach out to her?
Oh, only really twice. I did the follow-up after our date. I followed up the next day and then didn't hear back. And then I waited sometime later in the week. I texted her one more time and was like, hey, just checking in or something. I forget what I said. And then I left it. I know the more times you text, the less chance you have of ever seeing that person again, kind of.
Tell us about your date with Zoe.
Yeah, so we were set up between mutual friends. I've always wanted to go indoor skydiving. Well, actually, I've always wanted to go outdoor skydiving, but I thought I'd start with indoor. She thought it sounded fun, and we did it. And it turns out she was actually really nervous about heights. So it may have been a reluctant yes that I couldn't read through text. So we didn't do much of that. And then we just went to a restaurant and had good conversation. I thought we clicked. And then I dropped her off at her house, no intimacy, and haven't heard back.
How did she handle the skydiving part? Even though she wasn't a huge fan, was she freaking out? Did she do it anyway? Was she cheering you on?
No, she was freaking out, but I thought it was like a fun freaking out, like you're nervous before doing something. But then I think as I learned she wasn't into it at all, and I didn't intend to make her do something she didn't want to do, so I misread it, I guess.
You'd think that wouldn't be something that would be a deal breaker, though, necessarily. I don't know. Nina, would it be a deal breaker for you if a guy took you indoor skydiving and then you found out you absolutely hated the experience?
I want to say yes off the bat. However, it reminds me of the time where I don't do bridge jumping. I don't do any of that kind of stuff. I get scared. So there was a guy that I was with. We were all on vacation in Mexico, and he's like, come on, just do it. Because I never would have done it otherwise. Mm-hmm. But I did it because he made me do it, and I was so thankful.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it ended up being a good thing because he made me face my fears. So, it could be a good thing.
I should also add that I'm kind of hoping that's the reason, because I forgot to mention I'm also divorced, and that definitely came up during our dinner conversation, and that could potentially be a reason.
You were set up through friends, so she didn't know you were divorced before the date?
I don't know if she knew beforehand, but we talked about it during dinner.
It's a lot for a person to handle, I think, but if you communicate all of those things really well, then you can digest it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you don't mind me asking, since it's already been 3 weeks, is there any reason you really, really want to get a hold of her now? It's been a hot minute.
You're not wrong.
No, you're not. Yeah, that's a good question, Victoria.
Yeah, I guess I've been in my shell since the divorce, and so this is my first coming out of shell moment, and so you're probably right. I probably shouldn't be so focused on it, but I am.
But also the upside. Even if you are focused on it, whether you end up dating her again, at least you'll know what the situation and issue was as you continue to move forward post-divorce life, right?
That's true. Yeah.
Oh, positive spin, guys.
Yeah, because getting back to the dating world after a divorce has to be difficult.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've been, I haven't done it, or even really pursued it, and so. I was nervous about this.
The pony's been in the stable for a long time. And the pony's just learning to get out and run again.
And just wants to run wild. And then, the other part of it, too, I will say, for her to find out that the pony needs to run wild, it's maybe she wants to put a pony in a stable. And so if she's meeting a wild horse, she'd rather have a tame one.
What the hell are you talking about?
I'm a little lost.
What the hell are you talking about?
Aside from the indoor sky, I mean, I guess that sums me up. It's we didn't go skydiving, we went indoor skydiving.
All right, Elliot, the big pony. We're gonna play a song, come back, and then call her and see if we can figure it out for you, and maybe get you another date if you still want one after you hear why. Okay.
Alrighty.
All right, we'll play a song, come back, and get your first date follow up next.
On the latest episode of Next Question with me, Katie Couric, I sat down with Bernie Sanders, who is 84 years old, has spent 34 years in Congress, and he can still pack a rally with people a quarter of his age.
Denver, 34,000 people come out. Salt Lake City, 20,000 people. Huge turnouts. People are really dissatisfied about the status quo.
His Fighting Oligarchy tour with AOC and other young progressives has become a movement. But is his message too far to the left? Well, he certainly doesn't think so.
Does that sound like a radical idea, Katie? Is that too far left for you?
Okay, wait. I get your point, Bernie. We talk about the billionaire class, the cost of living, and of course, the government shutdown, not to mention the current state of the Democratic Party.
To me, the failure of the Democratic Party has been an unwillingness to recognize the real issues.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Next Question with Katie Couric, and listen now.
On the podcast Health Stuff, we are tackling all the health questions that keep you up at night.
Yes, I'm Dr. Priyanka Wali, a double board certified physician.
And I'm Hari Kondabolu, a comedian and someone who once Googled, "Do I have scurvy?" at 3 a.m.
On Health Stuff, we're talking about health in a different way.
It's not only about what we can do to improve our health,
but also what our health says about us and the way we're living.
Like our episode where we look at diabetes.
In the United States, 50% of Americans are pre-diabetic.
How preventable is type 2?
Extremely. Or our in-depth analysis of how incredible mangoes are.
Oh, it's hard to explain to the rest of the world that your mangoes are fine because mangoes are incredible, but you don't even know.
You don't know. You don't know. It's going to be a fun ride, so tune in.
Listen to Health Stuff on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
The Big Take podcast from Bloomberg News dives deep into one big global business story every weekday.
A shutdown means we don't get the data, but it also means for President Trump that there's no chance of bad news on the labor market.
What does a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich reveal about the economy?
Our breakfast foods are consistent consumer staples, and so they sort of become outsized indicators of inflation.
What's behind Elon Musk's $1 trillion payout?
There's a sort of concerted effort to message that Musk is coming back. He's putting politics aside. He's left the White House.
And what can the PCE tell you that the CPI can't?
CPI tries to measure out-of-pocket costs that consumers are paying for things, whereas the PCE index that the Fed targets is a little bit broader of a measure.
Listen to the Big Take from Bloomberg News every weekday afternoon on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm personally excited to watch the pony run.
Just thinking of a wild horse.
Watch Elliot, who's on the phone right now for a first date follow-up, get out of the stable and let the hair whip through his mane as he runs down an open field, seeing if he can get another date with Zoe, who's ghosting him. Elliot, just refresh everybody's memory on your situation before we give her a call.
Yeah, so we're friends of friends, so we were introduced that way, and I thought it'd be fun to go indoor skydiving. Turns out she was really nervous about it and didn't like it, so part of me is like, maybe that's why she's ghosting me, or it's the fact that I'm divorced, but we had a really nice dinner together afterward, and I haven't heard since.
All right, here we go. I'm going to dial her phone number right now, and we'll see if we can figure it out for you.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Zoe, please?
Yeah, this is Zoe.
Hey, Zoe, how are you? My name is Jubal from a radio show called The Jubal Show.
I'm Nina.
I'm Victoria. I'm also on the show.
So many people here. Okay.
Yeah, there's 3 of us on the phone right now. And we're calling you because one of our listeners actually sent us an email about you, so we needed to ask you a question, if that's okay.
Oh, no, I'm nervous. Should I be nervous?
I don't think so.
Yeah. We're on the phone because we do a segment called the First Date Follow-Up, where if somebody goes on a date and gets ghosted, they can email us to get the other person on the phone and ask why they are ghosting them. We got an email about you from I like to call him a stallion. I don't know why, but a stallion named Elliot.
Oh, Elliot. Oh, I thought when you were talking about the first date thing, it was probably Elliot. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he said it's been a few weeks since he talked to him, and he wants to know why. Do you mind telling us?
Yeah, sure. Weird. I actually had a really good time on the date with Elliot. I mean, sort of. Like, I don't know if he told you, but he took me indoor skydiving, which I was not a fan of. I'm afraid of heights. And anyway, but he did it, and like I tried, and it was a no, but I watched him, and anyway, it was fine. And then we went to dinner and we had fun. I don't know why I'm not getting back to him. I think maybe there's a little piece of me that is concerned about him being divorced.
Okay.
I haven't been married before, and I don't know. I just feel like if he's coming out of a divorce, is he going to want to be like just dating around? How serious does he want to be? I don't know. I guess it just kind of concerns me a little.
What do you want, Zoe?
Well, I'm looking for a life partner. Like I want to be with someone. I want to find my person.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's just hard to know, like, he's been there, done that, and is he going to want to do it again? We had a good conversation about it, but, like, I just can't help but think that if somebody's been through it once and been divorced, they just may not want to do that again. Like, they may be a little gun-shy about it. Or
I think that's a fair concern, you know, being a little gun-shy about it, and especially depending on how recently he got out of the relationship. It's kind of interesting that this is new territory, especially right now. I don't know if it's post-pandemic that everybody in the waters is freshly divorced. So you ask yourself, you know, what does that mean for a person who's never been married to be dating somebody in that space? And I mean, honesty in asking him what's going on, but I think you're right, Zoe, and a little bit of a hesitation because I don't think he knows what he wants. In my experience, they generally don't know what they want. So it's kind of harder for someone who does to maneuver that type of relationship.
It'd be an interesting situation to be in. I'm married, but if I wasn't, if we ended up getting a divorce or whatever, and I got back into the dating world, my head would think right now that I would probably be like, I'm never going down that road again, right? But maybe I would. So I would also be very confused. I would be a confused little stallion like Elliot is. He was stabled up for a long time, Zoe. You know?
I know.
Now he's out there running around the field and has no idea what he's doing.
And it's like, is it worth roping him when you know he needs to be wild?
Yeah.
Right.
Because it hurts, let me tell you.
So nice. Yeah, and I don't want to like waste a bunch of my time and potentially get really attached to someone.
Well, thank you for telling us why you're ghosting him. I mean, I wonder where his head's at. Yeah. Do you ever want to find out where Elliot's head is at with everything?
I do. I actually really do. And like, I guess like I feel like I want to apologize to him because ghosting someone is rude. And like, I feel like that's not me, but I don't know. I feel kind of bad about it because he really is awesome. Like he's a cool guy. And yeah, I do want to know.
Okay, cool. Well, that's handy because he's actually on the phone and has been listening this whole time and wants to talk to you.
Oh my gosh.
Hello.
Oh. Hi, Elliot.
How's it going?
Well, good. I'm sorry. I feel bad.
Oh, don't feel bad. I get it. It's weird. It's weird for me being divorced, and I never wanted to be divorced. But that also means I didn't get divorced because I don't like marriage. I got divorced because it didn't work between me and the other person. So, you know, I'm not looking to graze many pastures, to keep this analogy going. That sounds pretty bad.
I love the analogy. Elliot, I feel like I need to apologize to you too because I was speculating on how you may be feeling at this point. So I don't want to put words into your mouth. I want to let you explain yourself, honestly.
Yeah, no. So it's like I don't want to be dating very long. If the first date I find the person I want to spend the rest of my life with, then that's bully for me and the other person. It's like, so no, I'm not looking to date. I'm looking to find the right person. And I thought we clicked. So yeah, that's why I kind of went down this route.
Oh, that's awesome. I thought we clicked too. That's great.
There's a whole lot of clicking going on.
I know.
Zoe, would you like to go on another date with Elliot? We'll pay for it.
Oh my gosh, even better. Yes, totally.
Saddle him up.
Yeah. Congratulations, Elliot.
All right.
You're getting out of the stable again.
Yeah.
Yee!
Elliot's a happy stallion. I love it. Congratulations, you guys.
So much fun.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
Oh, thank you guys.
Emily is on the phone today for a first date follow-up, and she's getting ghosted by a dude named John. So we'll talk to her about her date, and in a few minutes we'll call him and see if he'll tell us why he's ghosting her and maybe get her another date if she still wants one. But before we get into things, Emily, how long has it been since you heard from John?
It's been a couple of days now, and, I'm like 3 days, and I'm a little worried about it because we were talking for, every day up until the date. So,
the energy shifted.
We met on an app.
Okay.
Right? But we'd been chatting for about 4 or 5 days before the date. So every day, good morning, good night, hope you have a good day, a little flirtatious. And, then all of a sudden, like, we went on the date and everything, and I thought we had a great time, and then he's just ghosting me. So, I don't know what's up, like, with all of it. So.
Well, tell us a little bit more about your date.
Well, I thought we had a really good time. We met up for dinner. We went and got some Italian food because we both liked Italian. We laughed. We talked. It seemed like forever. We were sharing wine. We even stayed for dessert. And then afterwards, we decided to go over to John's house. And he was, really close by. So we're like, hey, let's just continue on, like, over at your house. So we got an Uber. We were making out the whole time in the Uber until we got to this place,
Yeah.
I thought we were, having an instant connection. We were talking about all sorts of things, like very passionate conversations. The hookup was really hot. Like, we had a dang good time in bed. The chemistry for me, like, I thought we were, like, off the charts, and I just thought that there was really something there.
Okay.
So I'm so confused. Like, I haven't been sleeping well. Like, okay. So here's the part that I'm really concerned about. Okay.
Okay.
So while we were there and we were hanging out at his house, he's like pouring another glass of wine, and I'm in the hallway, and I was looking at all the pictures of his family and, friends and stuff that he has in the hallway. So, like, I'm not 100% sure if he figured out, but I was, looking at the things, and I was a little tipsy. So I touched one of the frames to look at it, accidentally knocked it, and just the corner of it broke a little bit. Oh. And I managed to, like, put it right back on the wall and didn't, see. And I don't know, maybe he saw it, and then maybe he, like, blamed, like, I don't know. We were just kind of, like, in the moment, and I was like, I'll explain it later. And that's the only thing that I can think of that would have, like, set off, and again, it's just like a little cracked corner of a picture frame. I didn't think it would be that big of a deal, but that's the only thing I can think of that maybe something went wrong, or maybe he just wasn't okay. Maybe he found out and got mad later. I don't know. I really don't know.
Well, let's be honest. If somebody leaves your house and you find something broken and they didn't say anything about it, that is going to make you feel kind of like, eh.
Yeah, I could see that. Being like, why didn't they at least tell me?
But then I can see why Emily wouldn't apologize now, because if you didn't see it, then that would suck.
Yeah. I mean, so, like, I had to go to work the next morning. So after everything, I kind of, like, snuck out a little early so I could get back to my place and get showered and get ready. I sent him a message saying thank you, and he hearted the message and everything that day. And then that night, I sent him a picture of myself in a bathtub with, like, all the bubbles and a little kissy face, and nothing. Like, he didn't respond at all. Now it's the third day. And, like, what? Like, what?
Okay.
Was it, like, too hot, too fast? They hooked up and the hot pictures? I don't know, Jubal.
I mean, I don't know. It wasn't reviewing. It was just, bubbles were covering everything. But it was, I mean, after what we just did, he saw everything anyway.
Yeah, I wouldn't think that most guys would mind that, but maybe. I don't know. We'll try to figure it out for you, though. We'll play a song, come back, and then call him and see if he'll tell us why he's ghosting you, and then maybe get you another date, okay?
That'd be awesome, because I'm so confused right now.
Try not to break any picture frames in the meantime. Yeah. We'll be right back. All right.
Said anything?
Play a song, come back, get your first date follow-up next. The Jubal Show.
On the latest episode of Next Question with me, Katie Couric, I sat down with Bernie Sanders, who is 84 years old, has spent 34 years in Congress, and he can still pack a rally with people a quarter of his age.
Denver, 34,000 people come out. Salt Lake City, 20,000 people. Huge turnouts. People are really dissatisfied about the status quo.
His Fighting Oligarchy tour with AOC and other young progressives has become a movement. But is his message too far to the left? Well, he certainly doesn't think so.
Does that sound like a radical idea, Katie? Is that too far left for you?
Okay, wait. I get your point, Bernie. We talk about the billionaire class, the cost of living, and of course, the government shutdown, not to mention the current state of the Democratic Party.
To me, the failure of the Democratic Party has been an unwillingness to recognize the real issues.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Next Question with Katie Couric, and listen now.
Welcome, fellow seekers of the dark. I'm Danny Trejo. Won't you join me in Nocturno, Tales from the Shadows? An anthology of modern-day horror stories inspired by the legends and lore of Latin America. Take a trip from ghastly encounters with evil spirits to bone-chilling brushes with supernatural creatures. And experience the horrors that have haunted Latin America since the beginning of time. You should probably keep your lights on for Nocturno, Tales from the Shadows. Listen to Nocturno, Tales from the Shadows as part of my Cultura podcast network. Available on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcast, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Jenna World. Jenna Jameson, Vivid Video, and The Valley is a new podcast about the history of the adult film industry. I'm Molly Lambert, host of Heidi World, The Heidi Fleiss Story, and I'll be your tour guide on a wild ride through adult films.
We get paid more than the men. We call the shots. In what way is that degrading? That's us taking hold of our life.
In the 1990s, actress Jenna Jameson crossed over into mainstream culture, redefined stardom, then left it all behind.
I'm a powerful woman. I think that's intimidating to a man.
With a cast of hundreds of actors and comedians playing key figures, we'll take a look at how adult films became legal in the 70s, hugely profitable in the 80s and 90s, and fell off a financial cliff in the 2000s. Listen to Jenna World on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
You're just joining us for today's first date follow-up. Emily is on the phone and she's getting ghosted by a guy named John. So we're about to call him and see if he'll tell us why he's ghosting her and maybe get her another date. But before we do that, Emily, why don't you catch everybody up on your situation?
Okay, so we had a great date. We had lots of wine, and then we went back to his place, and I thought it was going great. I might have accidentally knocked a picture frame off the wall and then put it back, but I don't think that explains why he completely ghosted me for 3 days now. I have no idea what happened.
Let's see if we can figure it out for you, okay? We're going to call him right now. Are you ready?
Yes, I am ready.
All right, here we go.
Hello.
Hi, may I speak to John, please?
This is John.
Hey, John, how are you? My name is Jubal, and I host a radio show. It's called The Jubal Show.
Hi, John. My name's Nina. I'm on the show with Jubes.
How are you?
How you doing? I'm good.
Do you listen to the show ever?
Yeah, I listen to the show.
Oh, great. Then, do you know the first date follow-ups then?
Yeah. I've heard a couple of those.
Well, guess what, John?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's me?
Yes.
Okay.
You're ghosting somebody, and they emailed us to see if we could get you on the phone to ask why you're ghosting them. You have any idea who that might be?
I think so. Yeah, I think I know where this is going.
Who do you think it might be?
Is it Emily?
Yes, it is Emily.
I knew it.
Can you tell us why you're ghosting Emily? Do you mind?
No, I'll tell you. I mean, honestly, we went on this date and she was just so combative. I don't know how to put it. I'm just trying to find the words.
In like what way?
Well, I mean, the date was cool, like itself, we were having fun, and honestly, the hookup was pretty hot too. But like, as far as our personalities, I don't know if we're quite compatible, in the long term. I mean, here's the sticking point. At one point during the date, I was just telling her how I spent a ton of money at the horse track, and I was just sharing the story, and she just she went off. I don't know. She got really upset.
What'd she go off about?
Well, she has strong beliefs against horse racing. She's thinks it's cruel to the animals, and she went on and on. And you know what? I understand that. I'm not, going to try to convince her otherwise or tell her, I agree to an extent, I understand. But not that much. I mean, not hey, let's ruin the date over it level, I was like, okay,
Well, how upset did she get?
She was so upset and she couldn't talk about anything else. That was all we were allowed to talk about. And I was, trying to steer the conversation away. And she would just, another thing about it, do you understand how, and she kept steering it back to the horses and the cruelty towards the horses. And I'm like, oh my God, this is turning into a huge thing now.
So it was a huge passion point for her.
Yeah, exactly. And finally, I was like, I don't know what to do. This is just not fun. And I just ordered another bottle of wine. Let me just, this is my only answer. And I ordered another bottle of wine, and I was just trying to calm her down. And I was like, oh, I'm like, you were beautiful, what she did, and she started to calm down for a second. And I was like, okay, you know what, I think we might hook up tonight. Things are kind of leading towards that. So let's just kind of have fun. And we went back to my place and we had a great time.
So you still, even though you were over it before you even got to your place, you still were down to hook up.
He was like, it's the passion for me.
I guess so.
Okay, so that's why you were ghosting me? Are you kidding me? That's the reason?
I knew this was going to happen. I was waiting for this moment. You're going to just ambush me. But yeah, the horse racing is crazy.
So cool. It's so cool.
I know, but
it's just a fact, and I don't think it's fair to hold the truth against me. And then you just wanted to hook up, and that's it. So you knew that before.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I was hoping maybe, you even brought it up later on again. You kept talking about it. I just don't understand why all conversations have to lead back to horse racing. I understand you're upset about it, but
yeah, okay. It's something I'm passionate about because I have firsthand experience and knowledge of how it, but also little tipsy. So maybe I was extra opinionated, but still it's completely fact. And that's just, I can't believe that is what set you off. And I wasn't combative about it.
Yeah, I mean, you were. I mean, I started wondering if you were maybe raised by horses, and that's why you were sympathetic to them or something.
Oh my
God! I'm kidding, but still,
I just really can't believe
it was a lot
thing that you're sticking with.
I honestly, I was thinking maybe you're OCD or something, and you just obsess about topics or something. I just kind of it was a window into the future, and I just didn't want to be a part of that. I was like, is this going to be what it's like when you hit these points that you can't give up a topic, you won't let it go? I'm like, if it was more than the horses.
I mean, Emily, really, as you listen to this, it's probably better if somebody that's not going to be able to engage in your passion or takes it as being combative when you're just sharing your thoughts, as long as you're not attacking the person. Maybe there is a
and
disconnect.
I wasn't attacking him at all, but I completely agree. If he can't even have a passionate conversation about something that I believe strongly in, and he perceives it that I'm being combative because they're, literally putting horses down after they don't race as well. Okay. Just kill them. It's fine, but whatever. So I, definitely don't think that I would be wanting to go on a second date anyway.
Are you sure, Emily? Because we'll ask John. John, would you like to go on a second date with Emily? We'll pay for it.
I mean, you want to go to the racetrack? Or?
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
Oh, is it too soon?
Absolutely not.
No, yeah.
You know what? I was really worried about it, and I'm glad I broke your picture frame. You deserve that. Absolutely.
What are you?
Yeah, I'm sure you'll figure it out.
All right.
Okay. Bye.
Jubal
is on the phone today for our first date follow-up, and she's getting ghosted by a dude named Kyle. So in a few minutes, we'll call him and see if he'll tell us why he's ghosting her and maybe get her another date. But first, Emma, how long has it been since you heard from Kyle?
Gosh, I want to say it's been about 3 or 4 weeks.
Oh. If it's been that long, why do you want to get a hold of him?
Okay, I mean, if I can be totally honest, it's because I know it's kind of cheesy to say because it was just one date, but I really felt like there was a connection. I really feel like there was something there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the date went so well, and we did like a whole escape room thing, which I thought would be pretty fun.
That's fun.
Yeah. I mean, I love solving puzzles, and it seemed like we were both really working well together. I was kind of the brains. He was kind of like the muscle moving stuff around, helping us, solve clues. And it just felt like, I don't know, it almost didn't even feel like it was a first date. We, even let so much time pass that it was like past dinner time and we hadn't ate anything yet. So then we decided to like stop and get something to eat. It was so casual. I'm very much a person who kind of overthinks on the first date, and I get very nervous usually, but I didn't feel anything like that with Kyle. I feel like he was also kind of feeling the vibe too, and the way he was looking at me and talking to me and telling me things. I felt so safe and comfortable.
And it's always so hard to know that you feel that way. And it's kind of like, it's impossible that the other person didn't feel something, right? Like, don't you always feel that way?
Exactly. Yeah.
What could have been the reason why he's disappeared now if it was that intense?
I've really been trying to pin this down, and I mean, I'm not totally sure, but the only thing that I can kind of think of is that I can sometimes get a little bit into the games. Like, I do get competitive to a certain point, but I did tell him this in advance.
Okay.
And I tried to kind of just brush it off in more of like a flirtatious way. Like, there was one puzzle that he just wasn't getting. Like, it was, like a word clue thing. And it was so obvious to me, and he just wasn't getting it. And I just joked with him. I was like, well, you're lucky you're so pretty, like, so that I was able.
And you think he got offended by that?
You called him dumb?
Well, okay, I didn't say that, but, and it's my own fault. Like, I know I probably could have done better about that, but that's the only thing that I can think of.
Okay, well, how did it end with him?
I mean, I thought it ended so well. We didn't like fully confirm going on a second date, but we both said the whole like, oh, like, I had a great time. I'd like to do it again sometime. And we both said that at the end. And we exchanged, like, we still had, our phone numbers and stuff. And then I tried to text him the next day, and I didn't hear anything. And then I tried again, a couple days later, and then nothing. And I did try again, a few more times, but I haven't,
I will say, if there's one thing I normally hear on all these, it's that after every single time they go on a first date, everyone says like, oh my gosh, like, we should do this again sometime. Or like, yeah.
Like, it's polite.
I think it's honestly just a polite thing people say, because I've said it before knowing that I was like, So, I don't know, it sucks because you thought it was a really great date, and you in your head is like, oh, he wants to go see me again. But then at the same time, he could just be doing it to be polite.
Well, that's heartbreaking.
That's really sad. I know. That's like soul crusher. Yeah.
Emma, we'll see if we can figure it out for you. We'll play a song, come back, and then call him and see if he'll tell us why he's ghosting you, and maybe get you another date, okay?
All right. I appreciate it, guys.
All right.
Victoria with the jab.
First date follow-up.
On the latest episode of Next Question with me, Katie Couric, I sat down with Bernie Sanders, who is 84 years old, has spent 34 years in Congress, and he can still pack a rally with people a quarter of his age.
Denver, 34,000 people come out. Salt Lake City, 20,000 people out. Huge turnouts. People are really dissatisfied about the status quo.
His Fighting Oligarchy tour with AOC and other young progressives has become a movement. But is his message too far to the left? Well, he certainly doesn't think so.
Does that sound like a radical idea, Katie? Is that too far left for you?
Okay, wait. I get your point, Bernie. We talk about the billionaire class, the cost of living, and of course, the government shutdown, not to mention the current state of the Democratic Party.
To me, the failure of the Democratic Party has been an unwillingness to recognize the real issues.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Next Question with Katie Couric, and listen now.
The Big Take podcast from Bloomberg News dives deep into one big global business story every weekday.
A shutdown means we don't get the data, but it also means for President Trump that there's no chance of bad news on the labor market.
What does a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich reveal about the economy?
Our breakfast foods are consistent consumer staples, and so they sort of become outsized indicators of inflation.
What's behind Elon Musk's $1 trillion payout?
There's a sort of concerted effort to message that Musk is coming back. He's putting politics aside. He's left the White House.
And what can the PCE tell you that the CPI can't?
CPI tries to measure out-of-pocket costs that consumers are paying for things, whereas the PCE index that the Fed targets is a little bit broader of a measure.
Listen to The Big Take from Bloomberg News every weekday afternoon on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
On the podcast Health Stuff, we are tackling all the health questions that keep you up at night.
Yes, I'm Dr. Priyanka Wali, a double board certified physician.
And I'm Hari Kondabolu, a comedian and someone who once Googled, "Do I have scurvy?" at 3 a.m.
On Health Stuff, we're talking about health in a different way.
It's not only about what we can do to improve our health,
but also what our health says about us and the way we're living.
Like our episode where we look at diabetes.
In the United States, 50% of Americans are pre-diabetic.
How preventable is type 2?
Extremely. Or our in-depth analysis of how incredible mangoes are.
Oh, it's hard to explain to the rest of the world that your mangoes are fine because mangoes are incredible, but you don't even know.
You don't know. You don't know. It's going to be a fun ride, so tune in.
Listen to Health Stuff on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Right in the middle of today's first date follow-up, and if you're just joining us, Emma is on the phone, and she's getting ghosted by Kyle, so we're about to call him and see if he'll tell us why he's ghosting her and maybe get her another date. But first, Emma, why don't you break down your date for us one more time?
Yeah. Kyle and I went out a few weeks ago. We had a great first date. We did an escape room. We had, dinner afterwards. It felt like we were both on the same page. We were vibing. We were laughing. We were having fun. And we both said that we were wanting to see each other again. But then I never heard back from him.
All right. Well,
you did kind of imply that he wasn't the smartest cookie in the room. So...
Yeah, there was that.
All right. Well, you ready for us to see if we can figure it out?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
Hey, it's Kyle.
Kyle, how are you? This is a radio show. It's called The Jubal Show.
Hi, Kyle. My name is Nina.
Hi, and I'm Victoria.
And I'm Jubal. How's it going?
Hey guys, it's going pretty good. How's it going, guys?
Good. Thank you for asking.
Have you ever listened to the show before?
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, we do a segment on the show called the First Date Follow-Up. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and you ghost them, they can email us to call you and figure out why you're ghosting them. So we got an email about you from somebody, Kyle. That's why we're calling.
Yeah, for sure. I think I've been familiar with it. Let me guess. She's been texting me a ton. No surprises on this. Is it Emma?
Yes, it is Emma. Do you have time to tell us why you're ghosting her?
Yeah, I guess. Look, I don't know. The date was really fun. I thought it was a good time. She's really gorgeous, and I think she means well. I'm just kind of I don't know. I'm bummed because I was pretty attracted to her. I was really feeling something with her, and it turns out I don't know. It's kind of crazy, but she's a pretty specific kind of girl, and it just kind of rubs me the wrong way, sort of, right? So after our date, she sends me a Venmo request for half of our Uber ride. People that send Venmo requests without a heads up, that's a different kind of passive aggressive. And this is for an Uber ride that was $25. So I paid it and I just kind of checked out with her. I don't know.
Wait a minute. Sorry. That's the reason why you ghosted me?
Hey, Kyle, that's Emma. She's on the phone and wants to talk to you, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to jump in. You ghosted me over $12.50.
Did you send a Venmo request?
I mean,
I did.
Look, it's like, yo, I didn't. Sorry, I didn't even make like a big thing or anything like that. Yeah, it felt kind of weird, dude. I don't know.
But you made it a big thing. Like it was a $25 ride. Like I just supposed to just not just deal with it? Like it was a first date. I feel like that's just a very common expectancy to like split things.
Did you guys split everything else on the date?
Yeah.
My thing is. This is my thing though, is that so to me, this has like nothing to do with like the money. Like I don't care about the splitting the money, the fees, the $25. I don't even care about that. To me is like, this is a communication thing. You kind of know what I mean by that? So it's like, we hadn't even had our first date conversation before you're like sending me these Venmo requests without like hitting me up about like, or even just texting me or even just like talking to me. It felt like, I don't know, that could be like our future, right? It's just passive aggressive comments, actions and stuff like that. I can't really handle that. I'm kind of good. I'm an adult and I appreciate straightforward communication, just to be honest about it.
So would you have rathered her text you and be like, hey, do you mind if I send you a Venmo request for the Uber ride? Like, would that have solved the issue for you?
I don't know, because like I would have rather her. I guess in my head, I kind of want her to have just dropped it, at least until we're having like regular conversations for a little while. And then it's like, hey, you want to send me some money for that Uber ride?
But you just said that the money, you just said the money wasn't an issue, but now you're saying it is an issue because, I mean, I paid for my food and like everything. All I did was send a request. I didn't demand it from you. And you could have just texted me and said, hey, what's up with the Venmo request? You didn't respond to me at all. How is that an adult, mature thing?
I mean, even if you would have demanded it from me, that would have been more straightforward communication. So I feel like I would have preferred that even over like, I just don't like the passive aggressive Venmo thing, dude. Like it's like a type of person that communicates and operates through the Venmo transactions like that. And it's not me. I'm not into it. It was a turn off.
Emma, do you think you're a passive-aggressive person in general?
No, I'm definitely not. I don't know what kind of specific person you're like looking for in terms of wanting something like that, but you could have also just communicated that was an issue. Like you're boasting about being a mature adult and communication is important to you, but you did the exact opposite of what you just said. So I'm looking for somebody who can actually follow through with their own principles.
It's just weird to send a Venmo request like to someone after a date all out of the blue. I just think it's kind of weird.
In this economy, how is that weird?
If you need the money or whatever, I guess I get that or whatever. But for me, it's a turn off. I'm sorry about it. It just is what it is.
You said that you would have rather her bring it up later, but I feel like it would have been more awkward if she would have brought it up later randomly.
Well, okay, how about we try this, right? Like, why don't you tell me how much your time was worth for the date, and I'll reimburse you for it.
Ooh.
Oh. Wow. No,
Just so you know, it's not about money, you know?
I mean, if you want to pay me, like, give me $150, but to be honest, I don't think you can even afford that.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm going to Venmo you $300 right now, just to show you I can afford it.
What? How did this?
Hey, Kyle, would you like to go on another date with Emma? We'll pay for it.
I'm thinking about it. I think I'm good, though, fam. I think we're good here.
Emma, you didn't get a second date, but hey, you got $300.
Hey, that's a win in my book.
Eric is on the phone today for a first date follow-up, and he's being ghosted by a woman named Shelly. What's up, Eric? How are you?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Not too bad, man. Thank you for agreeing to do the first date follow-up. Tell us a little bit about Shelly.
Yeah. So Shelly and I, we've run into each other quite a few times at the same little dive bar. We both work nights. So, kind of chit-chat a little bit, and I finally got the courage to ask her on a real date, not just cheap beers at the dive bar,
Okay. Good job, Eric.
Tell us about your date then.
So I got reservations at a pretty nice place. And the funny thing is we ran into each other at the bar, dressed for it. We didn't even plan that, but, made a good first impression, right?
Wait, so you were dressed to go to a different place? Is that what you meant?
Yeah, so it was like, hey, get the nerves, the jitters out a little bit, go grab a drink at the dive bar before the date, and she must have had the same idea. So we both showed up in our date clothes at the dive bar. It was actually kind of funny.
That's awesome. Okay, so then at that point, did you guys walk over to the fancy restaurant together, or what happened next?
We drove. It was a little bit of a ways, but yeah, we did. We drove over there, and I thought date went great. Like, conversation was great. We both have some strong opinions on stuff, so getting to know each other was pretty easy. There was none of that awkward silence where you're just like staring at each other trying to figure out what to say next. I thought it flowed pretty damn well. We found out we're both big film nerds. She's a big sci-fi geek, and I'm a horror movie guy. So I'm a manager at a movie theater. So in the course of our conversation, I mentioned that I collect movie stuff, and she was like, hey, well, I wouldn't mind seeing that, So went and showed her.
Wait, at your house?
Yeah, it went well. After dinner, she seemed interested in seeing the collection. So
okay. Smooth line.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, it worked, right? We did. We had some fun. We watched a movie, and then after that, we hooked up.
Okay, well,
but I haven't heard from her since. No text, no nothing. She hasn't been back to the bar. Like, straight ghost.
Okay. Was it, not to get too personal, but was your fun good?
It was super hot. Like, she's hot. The sex was awesome. Like, top 5 for me, definitely.
Wow.
So, yeah, I don't get it.
That sounds like she definitely was enjoying herself. Then why do you think you're getting ghosted?
And that's it. I don't know. I hope it wasn't something, like I said, we had some strong opinions on a few of the things we talked about, but I didn't think anything that would offend her. And you wouldn't have thought that would have stopped her from coming over if she was offended during the dinner conversation.
Right. So you said you had strong opinions. Was there any time on the date where you guys kind of argued, or you think maybe you said something that was offensive in a way?
We were talking about horror movies, and I mentioned that Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street, that series, he's my favorite slasher. And she was kind of like, that stuff is ridiculous. I don't know how any adult or how any grown up could watch that or whatever. And I was like, oh, come on. We kind of got into it about that, but I did make a comment that Star Wars was better than Star Trek. And, when we were talking about the sci-fi movies, she didn't seem to like that very much either.
Okay. So maybe it's one of those things.
I hope not.
Could she have also just have gotten what she kind of wanted out of the situation?
Maybe. I hope not. I'd like to see her again. I've already mentioned a couple times, she's great in bed, but the conversation was great. She seems super nice. She's smart. She's funny. So, I want this to be more than just a one-time thing. I don't know if you've ever had where you just click with somebody. You get that feeling where it's like, man, I want to, this person gets me. I feel like I'm vibing with her, and it just felt deeper than, a one-time hookup.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see if we can figure it out for you. Then we'll play a song, come back, and then call her and see if she'll tell us why she's ghosting you, and ask her if she'll go on another date with you if you still want one after you hear the reason, okay?
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Play a song, come back, get your first date follow-up next.
On the latest episode of Next Question with me, Katie Couric, I sat down with Bernie Sanders, who is 84 years old, has spent 34 years in Congress, and he can still pack a rally with people a quarter of his age.
Denver, 34,000 people come out. Salt Lake City, 20,000 people out. Huge turnouts. People are really dissatisfied about the status quo.
His Fighting Oligarchy tour with AOC and other young progressives has become a movement. But is his message too far to the left? Well, he certainly doesn't think so.
Does that sound like a radical idea, Katie? Is that too far left for you?
Okay, wait. I get your point, Bernie. We talk about the billionaire class, the cost of living, and of course, the government shutdown, not to mention the current state of the Democratic Party.
To me, the failure of the Democratic Party has been an unwillingness to recognize the real issues.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Next Question with Katie Couric, and listen now.
Welcome to Decoding Women's Health. I'm Dr. Elizabeth Pointer, Chair of Women's Health and Gynecology at the Atria Health Institute in New York City. On this show, I'll be talking to top researchers and top clinicians, asking them your burning questions and bringing that information about women's health and midlife directly to you.
100% of women go through menopause. It can be such a struggle for our quality of life. But even if it's natural, why should we suffer through it?
The types of symptoms that people talk about is forgetting everything. I never used to forget things. They're concerned that, one, they have dementia, and the other one is, do I have ADHD?
There is unprecedented promise with regard to cannabis and cannabinoids to sleep better, to have less pain, to have better mood, and also to have better day-to-day life.
Listen to Decoding Women's Health with Dr. Elizabeth Pointer on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you're listening now.
It's okay not to be okay sometimes and be able to build strength and love within each other.
Thanksgiving isn't just about food. It's a day for us to show up for one another. I'm Elliot Connie, host of the podcast Family Therapy, a series where real families come together to heal and find hope. What would be a clue that would be like, I've gotten lots of text messages from him. This one's from a little bit better of a version of him.
Because he's feeding himself well. It's always a concern. Like, are you eating well? He's actually an amazing cook.
There was this one time where we had neighbors and I saved their dog and I ended up inviting them over for food, and that was like one of my proudest moments.
This is Family Therapy. Real families, real stories on a journey to heal together. Listen to Season 2 of Family Therapy every Wednesday on the Black Effect Podcast Network, iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
First Date Follow-Up. Powered by the Advocates Injury Attorneys. Online at advocateslaw.com.
If you're just joining us for today's First Date Follow-Up, Eric is on the phone and he's getting ghosted by a woman named Shelly. And it might be because he thinks Freddy Krueger is the best movie slasher of all time. Eric, hey, before we call her to try to get you another date and find out why you're getting ghosted, refresh everybody's memory about your date with Shelly.
Yeah, so we went to a nice restaurant. We had, to back it up a little bit, we had a few drinks as acquaintances at this local dive bar. Went on a real date. I thought we hit it off. Great conversation. She came back to my place. We had some fun, if you know what I'm saying. And ever since we hooked up, I've not heard from her. And that sucks because I really liked her.
And it's weird she hasn't been to the bar either that you guys met at.
I mean, that makes me a little bit nervous. Like, it's really bad because to give up your own dive bar.
Ooh. Okay, I'm going to call her right now. Okay, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Shelly, please?
This is Shelly. Who's this?
Shelly, hi, how are you? My name is Jubal from a radio show called The Jubal Show.
Hi, Shelly. My name is Nina. I'm on that show, too.
And I'm Victoria. I'm also.
She's also on the show, too. There's 3 people on the phone.
Hi.
Right? How are you?
Okay. I'm confused.
Yeah, fair.
So we do a segment on our show called the First Date Follow-Up. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up ghosting them, that person can ask us to get you on the phone and find out why.
No, I think I know exactly who you're talking about. Like, it's Eric. We went on a date, and I haven't reached back out to him. So, I mean, it has to be him.
Yes, it is Eric.
What happened?
Honestly, like, at first things were really great, and I was really into it. Like, he's really cute, and the dinner seemed really nice and expensive, and, you know, it was great conversation, and the night was really great. Like, the first part of the date was amazing, and then we got to his place, and he told me that he was a horror fan, but he's not just, like, a horror fan. He's a horror nut. His place was nice and all, and it wasn't like cluttered, but it was wall to wall, nothing but horror posters and guts and gore and memorabilia.
Wait, so you hooked up with him anyway? Sorry, he told us that part too.
Oh God. I mean, well, the sex was great. Like, okay. Honestly, that was phenomenal. Like, some of the best sex I've ever had.
Wow. But he said the same thing.
I don't know. It was just like it was just too much. Like, even like the sex was great, but like there was literally a Chucky doll staring at us. Like, like that's not the first thing I want to see after having sex with somebody.
Why? Because she was scared.
And then after the sex, like we even stayed, and again we watched a horror movie, of course. And it was just like, I don't know if I could handle that. Like I literally felt scared by the end of it, and I was kind of scared going home, and I was kind of scared to get back to the bar that like I usually hang out with, and that's where I see him all the time.
Are you scared of him? Like what part is scary to go back to like to the bar? I mean, I understand the horror memorabilia, but
I don't know. I guess it's just like the whole house has constant, everything is horror. He's got like this giant skeleton that like sits in his living room that he like talks to, and his name is Jeff, and like he thinks that's really funny. Yeah, he thinks like his skeleton's so funny, and his name is Jeff, and he like makes jokes, and I don't know. I was just like kind of creepy, but I was like going with it. I don't know. I just feel like it's a little bit too much, and it's kind of scares me. Like if you're that into it, it's like, what if you want to do that kind of stuff in real life? And I'm like, I don't want to be like a victim. Like I don't know. It just freaked me out.
Yeah, started to spiral down that hole of don't chop me up into little pieces. Yeah. I get that.
It was like honestly the most interesting and memorable first date I've ever been on.
Thank you for being honest with us. I appreciate that.
No, yeah, no problem. I'm happy to, say that I just definitely got really freaked out.
All right. Well, I also need to let you know that Eric is on the phone. He's been listening this whole time and wants to talk to you.
Oh, no.
Shelly, do you think I'm a murderer?
There's just a lot of, scary stuff in your house, and, it's kind of scary. It's off-putting.
I mean, it's movie stuff. It's goofy. It's campy. I mean, I really, really am sorry. I had a great time with you, and I live there, so I don't think about it. Hearing you describe it, I get it. I get how that can look through someone else's eyes. I promise I'm not a psycho. I'm just a horror dork that, and I'll be totally honest, I completely forgot Chucky was there. So my grandmother actually gave me that Chucky doll when I was a kid, and that's sort of what started my love of horror movies when I was about that age. So that was actually a gift from my grandma, and so I just kind of keep it up in there. But I mean, I can see how it could be creepy.
I think that's kind of sweet, though.
I know. I was like, I kind of think that's sweet that like your grandmother got it, and now I get it. Like, that's kind of what similar to what got me into my love for sci-fi was like my grandpa was really into sci-fi. We used to watch Star Trek together. I'm sorry. I feel bad for saying something about Chucky now. Like, I get it.
And I know you were not happy when I said that Star Wars is better than Star Trek. I was hoping it wasn't that. I was hoping that wasn't what ran you off. I will dig my heels in on this. Jeff is hilarious. That I will stand behind that.
Who's Jeff? I didn't know you guys had another guy on your date.
That's the life-size skeleton in his living room that literally takes up an entire chair. He is not hilarious. He is weird and creepy and too big and does not belong in a living room.
Oh, you're killing me. Jeff is the best. Right, Jeff? Oh, you know I am.
If I never heard that Jeff voice again, it would be too soon. Look, Chucky can get a pass, but Jeff is no excuses for Jeff.
Oh, come on, Shelly. You know I'm great. You know you love me. Don't tell a fibula.
I think that was a quality fibula joke. I haven't heard one in a while.
That was definitely a first for me.
No, the bone jokes are terrible. No, they need to stop. I can't. I can't do bone jokes most of the life with Jeff.
Shelly, I think I'm kind of sick. I believe I have a fever.
You're ridiculous.
Shelly, would you like to go on another date with Eric and his
bones
skeleton buddy, Jeff? We'll pay for it.
I don't know. Like, Jeff, you are so cute and the sex was so good and I had so much fun on the date.
Wait, you said Jeff.
Oh.
So you just can't get Jeff off your mind now, can you? It has to be the bone, right?
I meant Eric. You know what? Yes, fine. Yes.
You will?
Yes. I'm laughing enough to realize that you're obviously not a murderer.
Shelly, thank you so much. I really do like you. And I promise, you have my word, no Jeff voice, and I'll even put him in the closet next time you come over if you want.
Okay, you got a deal there.
Whoever thought they were going to make a deal to go on a date. I'll keep my bones in the closet for you, girl.
On the phone today for a first date follow-up, and she's getting ghosted by a guy named Nathan. So in a few minutes, we'll call him and see if he'll tell us why he's ghosting her and maybe get her a second date. But first, Erica, how long has it been since your date?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay.
Was the last time you talked to him on the date, or did you guys have any interaction after that?
Nothing. I tried texting him. He didn't answer me back, so I didn't want to seem desperate. And then the next day, I DM'd him on Instagram. Nothing. So, I don't know.
Okay.
It was sad.
It is sad. I know. Being ghosted is the worst. But was the date good, though?
Yeah. He had like this quiet confidence and like easy half smile, and like I forgot my name for a second, and he like packed a picnic like a Michelin star chef, like with the cloth napkins, sparkling lemonade, homemade peach hand pies. I was like, what? You made this?
You made peach hand pie?
Wow. You're saying that very casually. We need to live there for a minute.
Wow.
I love a guy who can cook, and I was excited, and he was excited. He offered to skip rocks, and we ended up skipping rocks, and he was like, listen, when you get it to Finally Glide, you're going to feel like a superhero. And it was like Lakeside Park at Golden Hour. You know, he had the blanket. It got a little chilly. And then he had this playlist with a little speaker and snacks. And he just had everything planned out. And it was just so nice to just experience this date with him and talk. And, you know, he when he was skipping, he was giving me the technique of the you know, rock throwing. And, the only thing that I think maybe is the reason he's ghosting is like I shared this story about my dad, and like I was copying his stance to skip these rocks, and I kept on splashing, and every time I would splash I would say strike, you know, and
okay. Why is that a problem?
I don't know. Like, and I was like, my dad, you know, forced me to play softball growing up, and I sucked. And every time I missed, he would have the whole team, and he would yell strike. And so I'm just used to saying that. And I don't know if I shared too much, and I sounded like a loser, and if it was like too much too soon. But we laughed a lot, you know.
Were you overly emotional or something in telling that story? Like.
No, I just said it matter of fact, but he was just listening, and then we moved on. But like, if I'm like going back and trying to like find why he would be ghosting me, I'm like, well, I did share that. Maybe that seemed like I was a loser or something.
All right, you might be thinking a little too much, but it happens.
But after that, we started talking about his sister and all that stuff. It was really fun. And he offered me his hoodie when it was cold. And the conversation after that was easy. And, you know, there were sparks everywhere. And so I'm just like confused and heartbroken because I thought skipping the rocks was fun, and I'm not sure if he did or not.
Dates like this always throw me, though, because he put so much effort into it, and then you're just going to disappear.
Yeah, like we were perfectly in sync. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
But it felt like the vibes were nice. So I'm not sure.
We'll see if we can figure it out for you. We'll play a song and then come back and then call him and see if he'll tell us why he's ghosting you and maybe get you a second date, okay?
Okay.
All right, we'll get your first date follow-up next.
On the latest episode of Next Question with me, Katie Couric, I sat down with Bernie Sanders, who is 84 years old, has spent 34 years in Congress, and he can still pack a rally with people a quarter of his age.
Denver, 34,000 people come out. Salt Lake City, 20,000 people out. You know, huge turnouts. People are really dissatisfied about the status quo.
His Fighting Oligarchy tour with AOC and other young progressives has become a movement. But is his message too far to the left? Well, he certainly doesn't think so.
Does that sound like a radical idea, Katie? Is that too far left for you?
Okay, wait. I get your point, Bernie. We talk about the billionaire class, the cost of living, and of course, the government shutdown. not to mention the current state of the Democratic Party.
To me, the failure of the Democratic Party has been an unwillingness to recognize the real issues.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Next Question with Katie Couric, and listen now.
On the podcast Health Stuff, we are tackling all the health questions that keep you up at night.
Yes, I'm Dr. Priyanka Wali, a double board certified physician.
And I'm Hari Kondabolu, a comedian and someone who once Googled, "Do I have scurvy?" at 3 a.m.
On Health Stuff, we're talking about health in a different way.
It's not only about what we can do to improve our health,
but also what our health says about us and the way we're living.
Like our episode where we look at diabetes.
In the United States, 50% of Americans are pre-diabetic.
How preventable is type 2?
Extremely. Or our in-depth analysis of how incredible mangoes are.
Oh, it's hard to explain to the rest of the world that your mangoes are fine because mangoes are incredible, but you don't even know.
You don't know. You don't know. It's going to be a fun ride, so tune in.
Listen to Health Stuff on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
She said, "Johnny, the kids didn't come home last night."
Along the central Texas plains, teens are dying. Suicides that don't make sense. Strange accidents and brutal murders. In what seems to be a plot ripped straight out of Breaking Bad.
Drugs, alcohol, trafficking of people.
There are people out there that absolutely know what happened.
Listen to Paper Ghosts, the Texas Teen Murders, on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
We're in the middle of your first date follow-up, and Erica is on the phone today, and she's getting ghosted by a guy named Nathan, so we're about to call him and then see if he'll tell us why he's ghosting her and maybe get her a second date. But first, Erica, why don't you break down your date again for us real quick?
Oh, yeah. We went on a picnic, and he made me homemade pecan pies, and everything was amazing, and he taught me how to skip rocks. And I shared a personal story about my dad that may have ruined it. And then it got cozy, and we were back in the vibe. And I'm not sure if I shared too much, but I definitely had fun, and it was really sweet to be with him and talk with him.
Aww. Okay. Well, are you ready for us to call him and see if he'll tell us why he's ghosting you?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Nathan, please?
Yeah, this is Nathan. What's up?
Hey, Nathan, how are you? This is a radio show. It's called The Jubal Show.
Hi, Nathan. I'm Nina.
Hi, I'm Victoria.
And my name's Jubal. What's up?
Hi.
Have you ever heard the show before?
Yeah, I just don't know why he might be calling me.
Well, have you gone on any dates recently?
I have, yeah.
Cool. We're calling because this is a first date follow-up, the segment where if you go out on a date with someone and you end up ghosting them, that person can email us to get you on the phone and ask why you're ghosting them. And we got an email about you.
Okay. Wow. All right. I was not expecting this at all.
Who are you ghosting, Nathan?
Who am I not ghosting?
Wow.
I assume it's Erica, huh?
Yes, it is Erica. She emailed us. We talked to her about your date. It sounded nice. Sounded great, actually. And she told us that you haven't talked to her in 2 weeks. So would you mind telling us why you're ghosting her?
She can't kiss. My bottom lip is still blue from all of the sucking and the slobber.
Wow.
Yeah, just a mood killer. The date was pretty romantic before that, too.
She bruised your bottom lip?
Yeah, it was really something else.
Like she sucked that hard? Because that would be the only way, right? That you can... Does your lip change color if that happens?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I looked like, like someone who'd been in the pool for too long.
Oh.
Really?
Clearly, I haven't had my lips sucked that hard before.
Yeah, I hadn't either until I went to the doctor to figure out what was going on with my lip. And, they were like, there's bruising.
But you don't think that you could have just, talked to her about it? And been like, maybe be more gentle next time?
No, it seemed like that was like her style. Like she was really into it. And so it just totally turned me off. I've kissed bad kissers before, but I've never like kissed a vacuum cleaner. It sucked. I guess that's what I would say.
Or is that awesome? You know, she liked you that much. She couldn't get enough.
Yeah, I don't want to be hurt by a person being too into me. I think there's a happy medium for that.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you for telling us. I'll also let you know that Erica is actually on the phone and has been listening and wants to talk to you.
Oh, wait, she's here?
Yep.
Yeah.
The kiss?
Hey, Erica. Yeah. The kiss.
You were making purring noises like you were enjoying it, like a cat.
Oh, you were purring like a cat?
No, I was not purring. I was wincing. You were sucking my lip off my face and just like drowning it in saliva.
It was passionate.
It was like getting caught in a sprinkler. There was so much moisture.
Oh.
My ex taught me how to kiss like that.
Which makes it worse. Why would anyone pass that on? It's not a family recipe. Just like let that go.
Maybe you weren't wincing in pain. You were like, like purring.
I was drowning. Does that sound like somebody purring or sound like somebody drowning?
No, you weren't drowning. I guess I'm memorable. What is it really? Like, what is it really?
That's it. That's what it is. I mean, it's not just my lip. I mean, like my shirt was soaked. Like you have to wear a bib if you want to make out with her.
What? Come on, like we were skipping rocks on the water. You got splashed by the rocks in the water, and it can't be the kiss. Is there anything else?
Anything else? You think that the rock skipping on the water splashed up and only covered my mouth, my chin, and my shirt?
Yeah.
Do you know what the difference is between water and saliva? It was like sticky. It was like Slimer had just gone like right through me.
People like spitty kisses.
Spitty
Fish like spitty kisses. People don't like them.
Well, I just thought that everybody liked that.
I'm telling you that's not true. So you can't say that anymore. You can't say it. I mean, I'm taking off my scuba mask so that I can let you know that that's not true.
Okay, well, maybe you can teach me how to do a dry kiss.
Hey, Nathan, would you like to go out with Erica again?
That sounds worse than the wet kiss. No, I'm good. No, thank you.
Well, you could teach her how to kiss exactly the way you like it.
Yeah, she's willing to learn how to kiss Nathan style.
I can't. Wow. My doctor told me I can't kiss anyone for like 3 more weeks.
Really? That sounds dramatic. Does your doctor have a crush on you?
Okay, well, all right, maybe he didn't say that exactly, but I don't want to kiss anybody for like 3 weeks. It's like even sipping something out of a straw now is painful.
Wow, you sucked on his lip that hard, Erica?
Well, I mean, I thought it was passionate.
I mean, I get where you're coming from, Erica. Maybe next time you just got to like gauge. Like, do you want to kiss from like a scale of 1 to 10? How bruised do you want to be?
I can't believe that. I kind of want to see it. Please give me another chance. Please.
No, I gave you another chance when I was like pulling away and you just kept coming. I tried. I can't.
Nathan, think about it.
Really?
You said yourself she's a vacuum cleaner and now she's begging.
Okay, those are not good reasons to go on a date with somebody.
Is on the phone today for a first date follow-up, and he's getting ghosted by a woman named Gia, so we're about to call her and see if she'll tell us why she's ghosting him and maybe get him a second date. But first, we have to find out about the date. Connor, how long has it been since you talked to Gia?
It's been a little over a week, and I've tried everything. I've tried calling, texting, the works.
Okay, well, that's a frustrating feeling. Maybe she lost her phone.
That would be a good explanation.
It would, right? This is listening can be hopeful. Why don't you tell us about your date?
Okay, so we did something that's, I don't know, I guess it's a little quirky. It was a scavenger hunt at the art museum downtown, and basically you like download this app, right? And it gives you all these clues and like riddles to solve. And you basically like run around finding the stuff like, you know, the ugliest statue or the most romantic painting. And we were like, when we started, I was like, you know, do you ever watch like Amazing Race or any of those like reality shows? And she was like, I love those. I love that stuff. So I was like, me too. Let's like pretend we're on one of those. So, I don't know. There was like a lot of playful banter and conversation. Some of those conversations got like pretty deep. And we were like, it felt very like easy and intimate because we were doing things like we were sharing our earbuds to listen to the audio tour. And we were like, we kept making fun of how the like narrator sounded very dramatic. So I don't know. We were just having fun, you know?
Yeah. And it seemed like she was super into it too.
Oh, totally. It was easy. To me, it was like we were in our own bubble. Like, even at one point, like we were sitting and we found this like weird abstract sculpture that was on the like scavenger hunt. And we just sat there. And before I knew it, I looked at my watch and 40 minutes had passed. We had just been like talking, and I don't know, like, you know, that kind of, when something like that happens, it just feels like you clicked, and it doesn't happen that much. So I really felt like we clicked.
Yeah.
Okay. So why do you think you're getting ghosted?
Well, that's it. I don't know. 'Cause I guess I've never had a date that I would actually describe as like fun. I feel like I meet a girl, I go out on like the obligatory coffee date, we have small talk, or there's like an awkward dinner where you're wondering, oh, am I paying for this or are we splitting it? Like, it's just so awkward. And this was not any of that. It's kind of like we were on like a little adventure, you know?
Yeah.
And I think the part that was like, I'm not trying to sound corny or anything, but like the part that was most attractive is that I got to see her brain at work, you know, like how she solves stuff and like how she thinks and how she approaches the world. And I was just very, very attracted by what I saw.
Yeah, you're into her. We can definitely tell you're into her.
Aww.
I am. It's weird. Like she even made this super dry joke about modern art that like no one else would have caught. And a week later, I'm thinking about it every single day. Like the joke like replays in my head, and I'm like, I don't know. It's just so smart, you know. You don't run into someone who's like as attractive, but also so interesting and so easy to have fun with.
Yeah. Are you smart too? Because I mean, if we're thinking about what could have gone wrong, I don't know. Like if she's super intellectual and if you can't think of anything, like there weren't even any awkward moments.
I didn't have any, and like I'd like to think that I'm pretty smart, which is why I'm always looking for intelligence as like a part of the package. So no, I mean, I don't think that would be it. I would be pretty surprised if she didn't find like, you know, she didn't feel like I was keeping up.
Okay. Well, we'll see if we can figure it out for you then. We'll play a song, come back, call her, and see if she'll tell us why she's ghosting you or if she lost her phone. And then maybe get you a second date, okay?
Thanks. I would appreciate that.
All right. We'll play a song, come back, and get your first date follow-up next.
On the latest episode of Next Question with me, Katie Couric, I sat down with Bernie Sanders, who is 84 years old, has spent 34 years in Congress, and he can still pack a rally with people a quarter of his age.
Denver, 34,000 people come out. Salt Lake City, 20,000 people out. You know, huge turnouts. People are really dissatisfied about the status quo.
His Fighting Oligarchy tour with AOC and other young progressives has become a movement. But is his message too far to the left? Well, he certainly doesn't think so.
Does that sound like a radical idea, Katie? Is that too far left for you?
Okay, wait. I get your point, Bernie. We talk about the billionaire class, the cost of living, and of course, the government shutdown, not to mention the current state of the Democratic Party.
To me, the failure of the Democratic Party has been an unwillingness to recognize the real issues.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Next Question with Katie Couric, and listen now.
The Rich Russians Falling Out of Windows podcast is back. Sad Oligarch Season 2. Since we left you in 2023 after Season 1, many politically motivated Russian millionaires have continued to die in suspicious circumstances. we dig deeper into these odd deaths, which include everything from mushroom poisoning and mysterious heart attacks to window clumsiness and suicide by decapitation. One thing we have found since we started back in 2022 is the information on the suspicious deaths has become much harder to find. Not just that, it seems as if state-controlled media in Russia is being utilized to purposely confuse and contradict the reporting that gets put out. As you can probably imagine, season 2 gets very weird. Listen to Sad Oligarch on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, I'm Nora Jones, and I love playing music with people so much that my podcast called Playing Along is back. I sit down with musicians from all musical styles to play songs together in an intimate setting. Every episode's a little bit different, but it all involves music and conversation with some of my favorite musicians. Over the past 2 seasons, I've had special guests like Dave Grohl, Leve, Rufus Wainwright, Remy Wolf, Mark Rebier, Mavis Staples, really too many to name. And there's still so much more to come in this new season, including the powerful psychedelic duo Black Pumas, my old pal and longtime songwriting friend Jesse Harris, and the legendary Lucinda Williams. Listen to Nora Jones is Playing Along on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
It's okay not to be okay sometimes and be able to build strength and love within each other.
Thanksgiving isn't just about food. It's a day for us to show up for one another. I'm Elliot Connie, host of the podcast Family Therapy, a series where real families come together to heal and find hope. What would be a clue that would be like? I've gotten lots of text messages from him. This one's from a little bit better of a version of him.
Because he's feeding himself well. It's always a concern. Like, are you eating well? He's actually an amazing cook.
There was this one time where we had neighbors and I saved their dog and I ended up inviting them over for food, and that was like one of my proudest moments.
This is Family Therapy. Real families, real stories on a journey to heal together. Listen to season 2 of Family Therapy every Wednesday on the Black Effect Podcast Network, iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
First Date Follow-Up. Powered by the Advocates Injury Attorneys. Online at advocateslaw.com.
Right in the middle of your first date follow-up, and if you're just joining us, Connor is on the phone, and Connor is getting ghosted by a woman named Gia, so we're about to call her and see if she'll tell us the reason she's ghosting him and maybe get him a second date. But first, Connor, why don't you break down your date again real quick with Gia?
Yeah, it was perfect, at least on my end, and I thought she had fun. We went to the art museum downtown. We downloaded this app where you can go on a scavenger hunt and solve riddles and find different pieces of art, and it was everything I look for in a date. It was fun. It was easy to talk to her. We totally clicked, and I just really feel like I got a glimpse into not only her, but how her brain works, which, like I said, sounds kind of corny, but I am really into this girl. So I am really hoping that there's some fluke as to why she's not responding to me.
Okay. Are you ready for us to call her?
As ready as I'll ever be.
All right, here we go.
Hello.
Hi, may I speak to Gia, please?
This is she.
Hey, Gia, how are you? This is the Jubal Show. It's a radio show.
Hi, Gia. I'm Nina. Hi, I'm Victoria.
And my name's Jubal. How are you?
Hi, good, thanks.
Yeah, do you know the show?
Not that well.
Okay.
I don't remember submitting to anything, but yeah, what's up?
Well, I don't think you did, but we did get an email about you from somebody who listens to the show. That's why we're on the phone.
Oh, cool. Who?
Okay. You have the most chill attitude.
I know.
Well, we do a segment on the show that's called the First Date Follow-Up. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then you end up ghosting them, that person can have us call you to ask us why you're ghosting them.
Who are you ghosting?
So this is about Connor?
Yes, it is about Connor. He said that he really liked you, thought your date was great, and is confused that it's been, over a week now and you haven't responded to him. Do you mind telling us why?
Yeah. Well, oh my goodness. The date was fun, like surprisingly fun. He's, clever and charming, but also he was just a lot.
Like, it was a lot?
What does that mean?
Well, you know how people can just there's a line of too much sometimes. At first, we were clicking and I thought it was, cute how into the scavenger hunt he was. And, I love interactive things and games and everything, but he kept making literally everything into a bit just the whole time, narrating the date in the worst fake British accent I've ever heard. It was cute the first time, but not an hour later. And then, trying to solve clues that weren't even, part of the game and, high-fiving strangers, not everyone is into this, dude,
Yes, high-fiving strangers. I mean, that's kind of a warm energy, no?
Yeah, I mean, this old guy just kind of looked at him weird, which actually was pretty funny. But then he climbed up on a fountain to look for another clue. I don't know. It set off this motion alarm, and then what's their thing? A docent?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got into an argument with him, and they were threatening to call security, and then he was arguing about whether this I've seen it in different TV shows where it's a banana or a fire extinguisher or something just on the wall, whether that counts as art, having this debate about modern art. And it was just I feel those two examples just kind of explain it the best. It was just chaotic energy. And I was just, at first I was excited, but then by the end I was just exhausted.
Wait, that's why you ghosted me? Because I was too fun?
Hey, Gio, that's Connor. Connor's on the phone listening and wants to talk to you.
You guys didn't tell me that he was on here.
You didn't say anything at the time. I mean, you were laughing and we were having a really good time. We were having fun.
We were, but then I also laugh when I'm stressed, and nervous, I'm not going to tell someone I barely know, how to not act when they're having fun. And yes, some of it was fun and funny, but then I was just by the end, I was I didn't feel safe leaving you unsupervised in public. I feel you should have had one of those backpacks with a leash on or something.
Listen, I wasn't trying to be extra. I really liked you. I was nervous, so I leaned into the jokes because it felt easier than being awkward or quiet or too serious.
I get that. However, it's okay to be quiet for a little bit in a museum. There wasn't any room for just being and stopping and observing. It was just on to the next, on to the next. It was being stuck in an improv show.
Well, look, I know I can be a lot, but on that date, I swear I was not putting on a show. I was genuinely having one of the best dates I've ever had in my life. And I was just so surprised, and it was so refreshing that you were so smart and funny, and you made art to me feel less pretentious, so I just didn't want it to end.
Gio, he loves your brain.
Okay, well, that's really sweet, actually. Thank you.
I mean, listen, I'm not looking for you to change your vibe or anything. If you're chamomile, that's great, but I don't know, chamomile and espresso can work together, balance each other out or whatever, right?
I was so lost for a second there. So you're espresso?
I mean, I do lavender more than chamomile, but what, you want to be a latte? What?
Yeah, exactly. See, I can be a whole damn macchiato if you'll let me.
What do you think, Gio? You want to let him be a macchiato? Would you go on another date with Connor? We'll pay for it.
Some sweet talk.
Yeah.
You want some macchiato?
I mean, okay, let me think. I appreciate the honesty. I do. I did have a good time, minus the part where I thought we were going to get banned from the museum forever. Because there's an exhibit coming up that I really want to see.
I will not climb on fountains. I will not climb on fountains, I swear. I will not get in fights with the docent, and there will be no fake accents.
And high fives.
Requested. No high fives.
Okay. Unless, maybe our next date is maybe signing up for an improv show or something.
I mean, I think we should give it one more shot.
Yeah.
You will?
You will.
Oh. Yeah, because even today made me laugh.
Yay. All right.
Okay.
Sweet. Congratulations.
Yes, this is awesome. Oh, yes. This is exactly how I hoped this would go. This is great.
Okay, well, I'll text you and we can go get those lattes and plan the next thing.
Cool. Just let me know when, and I won't be latte.
What?
Oh, God.
What does that mean?
Like late. Like latte, late. I won't be latte.
All right. On the phone today for our first date follow-up, and he's getting ghosted by Ruby. So in a few minutes, we'll call her and see if she'll tell us why she's ghosting him and maybe get him a second date. But first, Evan, how long has it been since you heard from Ruby?
It's been about 4 days.
Okay, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Have you hit her up a bunch in that time?
I did try a couple times, yeah. I don't want to overdo it, but I reached out and definitely got nothing back.
Okay. And you feel like that's weird? Like you feel like 4 days is a long time to not hear from her?
Yeah, we're kind of hitting it off, so it's out of the ordinary.
Well, tell us about your date.
Well, Ruby and I went to a rooftop bar, and it had the best view of the city. It was her idea, actually. It was super cool. Can't really beat it for a first date. Just great place. We grabbed drinks, shared a charcuterie board, and our conversation was just really easy, natural. The vibe was laid back, and plenty of kind of flirty moments. She's hilarious. We were making each other laugh the whole night, and they were just sparks, the kind you can't fake. We ended up taking a walk after because we were both a little buzzed, and before we said goodnight, there were a few kisses, and it's just the kind of date you never want to stop.
Okay, well, why do you think you're getting ghosted then?
Honestly, really confused. We were texting nonstop for 2 days after, so things were, they felt promising, and then nothing. It just stopped.
So wait, you went on the date and you ended up hearing from her after the date?
Yeah, after the date for about 2 days.
And then it stopped?
Right.
Could it be something you texted?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't think it was. I did text her a pic of me, like, in the bathroom with a towel on as a tease. Like, I thought it would be harmless.
That may have been it.
Okay.
Is that the last time you heard from her?
I believe so.
I'd be tripping if I got ghosted after that.
She was teasing me about having abs. So I just decided to show her, I don't know, maybe it was too much. It wasn't like a pic or anything,
Do you have abs, or were you like joking around being like, check out mine, but you don't have them,
I have abs. Yeah. I mean, just wanted to prove myself.
Okay. That could be it. So it was a selfie?
Yeah.
I mean, if she stopped talking to you right after that, then it probably has something to do with that.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think it was that bad or racy or anything, but...
What did you say when you sent the picture of yourself in a towel?
Nothing much. I just, I think I put like a little blurb, like, here, proof or something like along those lines.
Okay. Well, we'll see if we can help you out then. I mean, it is kind of strange that she would stop talking to you right after that. So that might be the reason. Yeah. But we'll play a song, come back and see if we can get you a second date in your first date follow-up next.
On the latest episode of Next Question with me, Katie Couric, I sat down with Bernie Sanders, who is 84 years old, has spent 34 years in Congress, and he can still pack a rally with people a quarter of his age.
Denver, 34,000 people come out. Salt Lake City, 20,000 people out. Huge turnouts. People are really dissatisfied about the status quo.
His Fighting Oligarchy tour with AOC and other young progressives has become a movement. But is his message too far to the left? Well, he certainly doesn't think so.
Does that sound like a radical idea, Katie? Is that too far left for you?
Okay, wait. I get your point, Bernie. We talk about the billionaire class, the cost of living, and of course, the government shutdown. not to mention the current state of the Democratic Party.
To me, the failure of the Democratic Party has been an unwillingness to recognize the real issues.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Next Question with Katie Couric, and listen now.
Welcome to Decoding Women's Health. I'm Dr. Elizabeth Pointer, Chair of Women's Health and Gynecology at the Adria Health Institute in New York City. On this show, I'll be talking to top researchers and top clinicians, asking them your burning questions and bringing that information about women's health and midlife directly to you.
100% of women go through menopause. It can be such a struggle for our quality of life, but even if it's natural, why should we suffer through it?
The types of symptoms that people talk about is forgetting everything. I never used to forget things. They're concerned that, one, they have dementia, and the other one is, do I have ADHD?
There is unprecedented promise with regard to cannabis and cannabinoids to sleep better, to have less pain, to have better mood, and also to have better day-to-day life.
Listen to Decoding Women's Health with Dr. Elizabeth Pointer on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you're listening now.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Yo. Can we get a Thanksgiving first? I'm hungry.
Hey, y'all, it's Kadeen.
And DeVal.
The hosts of Ellis Ever After podcast.
This holiday season, whether you're cooking for the family, out buying gifts for the kids,
or crowded in holiday traffic, tune out the noise and tune in to Ellis Ever After.
On Ellis Ever After, we get real with our crew about family.
If you feeling like you're feeling, that's probably because you're a good parent.
Friendship.
Be careful what you put in your body. Move your body. And love it the way you love them cars, that house, them clothes, them shoes.
Them brunches.
Love yourself, them brunches.
Love and marriage.
You know what's become attractive to me? And it's because I've self-corrected and I guess I detoxified myself. Accountability.
Oh,
like
yeah.
it has
that
become
is mad attractive.
So attractive to me and everything else in between. I've told my most embarrassing moment on this podcast before, which was me taking a in a Ziploc bag.
So listen to Ellis Ever After on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Right in the middle of today's first date follow-up, if you're just joining us, Evan is on the phone and he's getting ghosted by Ruby. So we're about to call her and see if she'll tell us why she's ghosting him and hopefully get him a second date. But first, Evan, why don't you break down your date for us one more time?
Yeah, so we had a lot of great moments on our date. Sparks flew. Everything was perfect. Thought we had a connection. And, after 2 days after the date, I've not heard from her.
And the last thing that you sent her was, let's not forget this part, a picture of yourself in the bathroom in a towel.
I did send her my abs. Yeah, a towel.
All right. Well, are you ready to see if that's the reason you're getting ghosted?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to call her right now.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Ruby, please?
This is Ruby.
Hey, Ruby, how are you? This is a radio show. It's called The Jubal Show.
Hi, Ruby. My name's Nina.
Hi, I'm Victoria.
And I'm Jubal. How are you?
Okay, I'm good.
Sweet. Have you ever listened to the show before?
I have.
Dope. Thank you. Well, what if I told you that you were the star of a first date follow-up right now?
Oh, God.
Yeah, we got an email about you from somebody that you're ghosting, and they don't know why. You know who would email us?
I'm pretty sure it's probably Evan.
You're very smart, Ruby. Yes, it is Evan. Evan told us about your date, said that he really liked you, thought you guys had an awesome time, but you texted for a little while after, and then you just ghosted him, and he wants to know what's up. Would you mind telling us?
I mean, like, look, I thought Evan was great, and we had an amazing time. But then after my date, my friend showed me something, and it kind of killed the vibe for me.
Okay, what was it?
Okay, so I texted my friend a picture of Evan when we were on the date because she wanted to see what he looked like. And then the next night, she sends me a picture of him with some other girl, like literally the night after we went on the date. And then he was at another bar and they were making out.
No. You got it wrong.
Ruby, that's Evan. He's actually on the phone and wants to talk to you.
Oh my God. I mean, like, yeah. Okay. I guess I knew this was coming. Oh man. Hi.
Look, you've got it all wrong. It's not.
No,
like that.
Evan, you were literally in the picture. I mean, it's not hard to recognize someone when you were just right there, you know?
Oh, okay. Yeah, it happens, but it's not what you think. Like, she's someone I've been hooking up with for a while, and I was going to tell her it was over because I wanted to focus on you that night, and I didn't get to it yet.
So you were with someone else right after your date making out with her?
Technically, yeah.
Evan, you were just with me, and then you just go make out with someone else. I mean, I understand people date multiple people, but it felt wrong to me.
I swear I'm done with her. I'm not seeing anyone else. I like you. I was going to tell her that the next day, but it was like, it wasn't like that anymore. Like, you're the one that I want to date.
Did you tell her that?
I told her. It's just.
I mean, I wouldn't want to see a picture of the dude that I just went on an amazing date with, like messing around with somebody else. Again, like she said, I get people are dating other people, but I don't know, I wouldn't feel good about that either. I just would have too many questions.
Yeah, like, are you just saying that, like, you want to date me, or like, did you hook up with her that night? You know, that's just how it felt to me.
Well,
did you hook up with her?
I mean. Yeah, but it was like just one. It was just like a last round type of thing. I swear, I told her about you at that point, and that was the last time.
You told her after you hooked up?
Yeah.
You hooked up with her after you told her about me? Like, seriously?
No, I told her about you after I hooked up with her.
That's not necessarily better.
Evan's at least truthful.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so you hooked up with her after you told her about me. Like, seriously?
No, I hooked up with her and then I told her about you. Like, it's, but that's because things felt so different with you. Like, we've been on one date. It's not like I cheated on you or anything. I was trying to do the right thing.
I mean, it would have been better if you told her before and didn't hook up with her.
Okay, I get that, but I was just kind of desperate and sad. I didn't get to see you, and I was just trying to break things off, and it didn't go as smoothly as I hoped it would.
I mean, if we were to date and you didn't see me, you can't hook up with other people.
I'm not trying to do that. I swear.
This is kind of tricky because he kind of does have a point. He is trying to do the right thing. Like, he didn't cheat on anybody, and she's out of the picture now.
Ruby, would you like to go on a second date with Evan? We'll pay for it.
I mean, Evan, are there any other people I need to know about?
I mean, yeah, well, yes, but I'm going to text them and let them know I'm not available. Via text, I'm not going to meet up with them. I will show you the text.
What do you think, Ruby?
Oh.
It sounds like you're serious.
Yeah.
I mean, like, honestly, we did just go on one date, and it was, like, a really, really good date. But I swear to God, Evan, if any of my friends send me more pictures of you out with other women, you're going to wish that I was just ghosting you. They will be way worse. Way worse.
I promise you will never see that again. I don't want to ever meet that side of you again.
Okay, sure. All right, we'll go out again.
Are you happy?
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.